League is open again, and he makes it 3 in a row.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba! Truly a Mickey 3 there. Into the box for Espeleta. Espeleta with the cross. Inside and in for Rogers.
3-2 pitch on its way from Kehoe. And that one is ripped through the left side for a base hit. The tying run will come in to score.
Turnover. Won by Velasquez. Inside give to Destime. Off the glass and in!
Rowan heading for the touchpad with the lead. And the props will take the men's 400-yard freestyle relay.
Collins running out of real estate. Heads back upfield. 25 to the 30. The 35 to 40. The 45 to 50. He has only Kowalski to beat. Gets through him. The 10 and touchdown for Collins.
Johnson to LaFaro. Corner three-pointer. Splash.
Bada bing, bada boom. Everyone's going crazy in the room.
From the Bridgewater Sports Arena in Bridgewater, New Jersey, the PDF Sports Network is proud to welcome you into coverage of the U.S. Premier Hockey League live on Hockey TV. Today's NCDC division matchup features the P.A.L. Junior Islanders taking on Rockets Hockey Club. Good evening, everybody. This is Joe Foreman alongside my broadcast partner, Louis Petrone. And Louis, we made our on-air debut for Rockets Hockey Club during yesterday's Premier Division matchup between these two teams. Tonight, we get our first look at the NCDC squads as Rockets Hockey Club opens their season on their home ice.
Very happy to be here, Joe. Thank you again to this entire league for bringing us back. Very excited to do this NCDC matchup between these two teams. I'm thinking there's going to be a thriller today.
I hope you're right, Louis. These two teams put forward some entertaining games last year. We'll see if that's the case once again here tonight. And just as we did yesterday, let's take a look at what the Rockets NCDC team accomplished last year. And much like the Premier squad, they had a very stellar season. There's a look at the numbers. You see the Rockets 29-14-3. That was good for 64 points. Second in the South Division. They were good at home, a little bit better on the road, and there you see the goal differential of plus 30. Their goals scored 185, second in the South Division.
Yeah, led by their three top scorers, Johnny Wesco having 74 points in only 49 games, 29 goals, and his team-leading 49 assists. Baron Woodring with 58 points in 46 games, having the team-leading goals at 27 and having 31 assists, as well as Evan Brown, 55 points in 43 games, 20 goals, and 35 assists, all averaging at least a point a game.
Well, you mentioned Baron Woodring. He is among the returners for this Rockets team. You mentioned the 58 points. He has been a part of this team for 2 seasons dating back to the 2020-2021 season. In that season, he had 23 points across 38 games. You mentioned the 58 points he scored across 46 games last year. You also get a look at what was a division-best power play last year. The Rockets had nearly 26% on the power play. That was first in the NCDC division. So that is across both the North and the South. The Rockets had the best power play. They were also among the best penalty kills. A lot to look at and like on the Rockets stat line from last year.
Yeah, it seems that they are going to be another offensive juggernaut type of game with that 25.8% on that power play, like you mentioned, Joe. And having one of the better penalty kills in the league, it shows that they can shut a lot of teams down as well.
And now that we've taken a look at how the Rockets fared last season, let's see how the NCDC South Division played out last year. You'll see those standings come up on your screen. There's a look at the 2021-2022 standings. Last season, the NCDC was divided into a North and a South Division. The Jersey Hitmen finished in first place with 73 points. The Rockets not too far behind, 6 games in the win column. They finished with 64 points. Philadelphia Hockey Club had 54 points. And this P.A.L. Junior Islanders team was right in the mix with 53 points.
Yes, and certain, Joe, and you look at these standings again, it's not like these teams were too far off from each other. Utica Junior Comets and the Connecticut Junior Rangers only behind by 2 points from each other. The P.A.L. Junior Islanders and the Philadelphia Hockey Club only 1 point behind each other. I'm expecting these two teams to battle it out tonight and have a great game.
Well, taking a look at those standings, Louis, my big takeaway is that we have a lot of competitive games coming up this year. The division may look a little bit different this year, but we should get a lot of competitive hockey. I am certainly looking forward to it. As you see on your screen, the Islanders finished behind the Rockets last year, but they also qualified for the playoffs out of the South Division. Let's take a look at some of the Islanders' numbers from last season. There you see them on your screen. The P.A.L. Junior Islanders, as we saw before, 4th in the South Division of the NCDC. They won 25 games against 21 defeats, 2 losses in overtime. They finished the season with 53 points, about the same at home and on the road, but you see it there, Lewis. Their goals for 7th in the division, their goals allowed 1st.
Yeah, it seems like they need to have a little bit more offense this coming of the season compared to their last 3 top scorers from last season. Spencer Corona having 56 points in 49 games with his team leading 45 assists and averaging only 11 goals. Tyler Chris, 48 games, 48 points, 29 goals is the team lead for him as well with 19 assists. And Luca Layton, 45 points in 48 games, 22 goals and 23 assists. Again, just like the Rockets, their top 3 almost averaging a point a game.
And you mentioned Luca Layton. He is one of the key returners on this P.A.L. Junior Islanders team. There are several of those I have listed here. Carter Hanrahan has been a part of this Junior Islanders team now for the last 3 seasons, including this year. He played in 17 games back in 2020-2021, added 32 more games last season. Also, we saw Shane Zarcone out on the ice skating ahead of puck drop tonight. He played in 47 games last year. He had 17 points. And rounding things out among the returners, Tyler Ralston. He has been a part of this team since the 2020-2021 season, only played in 17 games that year, 29 games last year. In his first 2 seasons with the P.A.L. Junior Islanders, he had only 3 points from his defenseman position, but in their season opener, he added a goal and an assist, already has 2 points on this season. So a very good start to the season for Ralston, though it was a defeat for the Junior Islanders in their first game. As we mentioned before, this is the season debut for the Rockets, but the Islanders did open their season yesterday against the Mercer Chiefs. It was a shootout loss for the Islanders in a game that was highlighted by a shot total 1 shy of the century mark.
Yes, and in that shootout as well, like you said, Shane Zarcone, he scored, Jordan Camilla scored, as well as Jeffrey Lee, but unfortunately they could not close the door. And their goaltender of Cameron Smith, the rookie sensation from last year, tried to stand on his head as best as he could, stopping 51 pucks out of 53 shot attempts, but unfortunately just could not get the W for the team.
99 shots in that game, Lewis, 1 shy of 100. I'm sure we'll see a bit more of that as we got a taste of it yesterday during the Premier Division matchup. It was a huge win for the Rockets yesterday. They had, I believe it was nearly 60 shots on goal, perhaps more, following the first 2 periods, if I'm not mistaken, or at the very least they passed 50 through 2 periods. Nonetheless, the Rockets in the Premier Division matchup yesterday were very impressive. Taking a look at this NCDC Division matchup from yesterday, the Islanders lost 3-2 in a shootout, as you see on your screen. 51 saves for Cam Smith. There you see the goal scorers as well. Camilla and Ralston, of course, the first of the season for both of them. I mentioned Ralston before. That's one player to watch tonight. And before the teams take the ice tonight, we have one more thing to take a look at. Last year's season series. Let's take a look at some of those games. The Rockets won the season series 5-2. As you see on your screen, Lewis, right there, the Rockets took, or I should say the Islanders took 2 out of the first 4. The Rockets then proceeded to win the last 3.
It just goes to show you how much of an offensive juggernaut this Rocket team is. Having the series tied at 2 apiece, they wanted to take control towards the end of the season, and they won their last 3 straight games against them. So that way they can secure themselves a nice little playoff spot for them last year.
Well, we spoke about it yesterday ahead of the matchup between the Premier Division Junior Islanders and the Premier Division Rockets. We thought that perhaps the Rockets could be at a bit of a disadvantage, having not played a game. The Islanders played their first game in Premier Division play 1 week ago ahead of yesterday's matchup with the Rockets, and clearly Rockets Hockey Club showing no rust with the big victory. We'll see if that storyline plays out tonight. Will this Rockets team be at a bit of a disadvantage having not played? This Islanders team played yesterday, so they're on the second half of a back-to-back. That's something to look out for tonight as well.
Yes, and again, comparing their stats for last year, there was a bit of a goalie controversy I saw with their rookie sensation Cameron Smith as well as Harrison Chesney, who did not return this year. But with both of their goalies having a sub 2.8 goals against average and having a save percentage of at least a .926 save percentage or higher, both the goalies that year, it was tough to choose who to go with, but they're rolling with their rookie Cam Smith for this season.
Well, taking a look at the standings ahead of tonight's game, we were doing some background work for the broadcast. You'll see those on your screen. On the USPHL website, they do not count shootout losses in the overtime loss column. Those are separated. For the purposes of our graphic, we have given the P.A.L. Junior Islanders an overtime loss. It makes it much easier to digest with just the 3 columns, wins, losses, and overtime losses. The points shake out just the same. But as you see there, Lewis, this division looks a little bit different than it did last year.
Yes, it does. I agree, especially with some of the teams compared to in the bottom of the division last year, such as the Connecticut Junior Rangers ahead on their first game that they get the win, as well as the Chiefs who took on the Islanders last night. So I think this year it's going to be a little bit more different in terms of how these teams play out, and I think some of the bottom teams are going to really fight for that top spot.
Well, no more Philadelphia Hockey Club in the division. That has changed, and entering the division, Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights. So they move into the division. Also, the Mercer Chiefs now a part of the division. What was a 6-team South division last year is now a 7-team South division this year. So we are just a couple of minutes away from the opening face-off. So as the starters are about to be introduced and the national anthem is played, we will step aside and take a quick break. When we come back, this is PDF Sports Network coverage of this NCDC division matchup between the P.A.L. Junior Islanders and Rockets Hockey Club. Of course, this broadcast exclusively on Hockey TV. And we are back here on the PDF Sports Network. This is exclusive coverage of this NCDC division matchup between Rockets Hockey Club and the P.A.L. Junior Islanders, only on Hockey TV. Once again, this is Joe Foreman alongside Louis Matrone with the call tonight from Bridgewater, New Jersey. Louis, the two teams have taken the ice. What are you most looking forward to here in tonight's matchup?
Tonight, I'm looking for some offensive prowess from this Rockets team, but I'm also looking for some defensive prowess from this Islanders team, considering their penalty kill. That last game that they played was perfect. They 5 for 5, I believe. So I'm looking for them to have a nice shutdown game in their back end, but I'm also looking for the Rockets to really come out strong this first period.
Well, we saw it during the pregame, Louis. This P.A.L. Junior Islanders team allowed the fewest goals last year. The Rockets among the leaders in goals scored. Something's got to give tonight. The Rockets had the second most goals. The Islanders allowed the fewest goals, only 68. We will see which one of those does not hold true tonight and which one comes to fruition. The starting lineups are about to be introduced and the national anthem played. We'll step aside for just a moment. And when we come back, opening face-off between Rockets Hockey Club and the P.A.L. Junior Islanders. We are just moments away from puck drop, live from Bridgewater, New Jersey. Once again, Joe Foreman alongside Louis Matrone. And Lou, we have the goaltending matchup tonight. Zachary Ferris, Cameron Smith. What are you looking at in that matchup?
Specifically Cam Smith, the rookie sensation from last year, having that goalie controversy, being known as he had 13 wins, 10 losses, and 1 overtime loss in just 26 games, having a 2.81 goals against and a 920 save percentage. With 2 shutouts this last season, I predict that he's going to be a really good backbone for this team, and he's going to come out with some big saves tonight.
Well, I asked you what you were looking for in tonight's matchup. After getting a taste of this Premier Hockey League action yesterday, I'm looking for shots, shots, and more shots. We saw quite a bit of offense yesterday. I think we may be in for some more of that here tonight. We will get a look shortly as I'll try and scope out the starters very quickly for the Junior Islanders on the ice. Ralston, Hanrahan. I have a number 24. I don't believe we have a 24 on our roster, or that may be a 14. So
it is a 14, Joe.
All right, so we'll have to get a double check at the roster. There are a lot of players added since we downloaded these rosters last night. We tried to make the additions off the web ahead of the opening face-off, apparently to no avail, but we'll get that updated for you throughout the broadcast. Nonetheless, we are underway in this NCDC division matchup. Rockets Hockey Club and the P.A.L. Junior Islanders, as that puck is chased down into the corner. Sent around the backboards and into the neutral zone. Cade Baker sends it into the slot. Man goes down for the Junior Islanders, and it's swept away. Good job there by Ralston to swipe that puck out of danger. Player down behind the Junior Islanders goal now as that puck flies through the neutral zone toward the Rockets net, and it is cleared away by the netminder Ferris.
Joe, I believe number 14 is actually Owen Vilhauer.
All right, thank you, Louis. So Vilhauer wearing 14. He's listed as 0 on the official roster. We'll get that corrected. As the puck travels toward the point, it is cut off by the Rockets along the boards. And once again, it is over the blue line and into the neutral zone. Baker dumps it in. The Rockets will make a change. A couple of skaters head off for the Junior Islanders as well. Puck retrieved behind the net by Ralston. And his pass is intercepted just ahead of the blue line. Rockets will send it around the boards. Chased down in the corner by the Rockets and taken away by the Junior Islanders. That puck swiped at and taken back as it winds up in the corner again. Shot is saved. And an early whistle there. That puck was loose, Lou.
Oh, 100% that puck was loose,
Wow.
Joe. I don't know why. I guess the ref saw it. Unlike last night, for I believe it was the Islanders as well, having black in their pads. This time around, clearly there's no black, so you could definitely see that puck.
That was an early test for Cam Smith and an early whistle, as it looks like they are going to try and better adhere that net. Now, we saw that net come loose several times yesterday, and it got to the point where the referees assessed a delay of game minor to the Junior Islanders goaltender. That was Quillen Bowman who received the 2-minute minor for intentionally moving the net. Now, there's a look at it, that last shot in slow motion as you see the puck loose in front of Smith. Puck travels into the middle near the blue line, and that's glove saved.
I gotta say, Joe, I'm a big fan of the goalie wearing the big C on his jersey. I feel like goalies don't get much love when it comes to captaincy, unfortunately, in the actual NHL. Can't really do that, but I appreciate seeing the big C on a goaltender tonight.
Well, you mentioned last season's goaltender controversy. Controversy no more.
Indeed, indeed, Joe.
Face-off coming up to Smith's right. Puck ends up in the corner, tracked down by the Rockets. They take it behind the net, send it up to the point. Barbaro fires one in front. Pad save. Ends up on the far boards. And chasing that down is Camilla. He battles for it in the corner. Looking to get it out of that area. Could not. Rockets send it to the far side boards. It's chipped into the neutral zone. Here come the Rockets. 3-on-2 developing here if they move quickly. Shot is off the mask of Smith. He has 4 early saves.
Hasn't lost a beat since last game, Joe.
He looks good early. Playing with confidence in the right place at the right time. That shot hit him right in the face mask. Rockets applying early pressure. Once again, they have some numbers. That's off the pad, and that one sails wide. Attempted shot there by number 25, and I don't have a 25 on the Rockets roster. Do you, Lou?
On the Rockets roster, I unfortunately do not, Joe.
All right. So apparently the Rockets have added some players as well. Let's check the reverse side of the roster sheet. No 25 there either. This will happen early in the season every once in a while. Players are added late. So every once in a while there will be a player who is not added to the official roster on the USPHL website. We contend with that from time to time. Should no longer be an issue once we become more familiar with the team throughout the season. We do expect to be here for the majority of the Rockets Hockey Club home games. We're proud to welcome you into PDF Sports Network coverage of the USPHL on Hockey TV. Here comes Jeffrey Lee. He's looking for somewhere to go with it, fires a shot, and that deflects off the glove of Ferris. Rockets sent it toward the blue line, and this will be an icing against the Rockets.
You have to admire how well Cameron Smith is playing so far this game, stopping all 5 shots, being very composed, controlling his rebounds correctly, making sure that the puck doesn't get into a dangerous area for his team to make sure that their scoring chances are at a minimal. That
shot on goal was the first for the Junior Islanders. Offensive zone draw here. To the right of goal, to the left of Ferris. Face-off won by the Junior Islanders. It's kept in by Hahn along the blue line. He sent it down into the corner where it's being fought for by Vilhauer, and he's still battling behind the net, looking to get it out. And successfully doing so are the Rockets. That was Delgaizo working behind the net. Rockets get reset here. A couple of skaters come off the ice for the Rockets. That one sent across the blue line and straight back into the neutral zone. Rockets take it across the blue line along the far side boards. It's tracked down by Baker. Back in the neutral zone once again. That's sent wide of goal as that one was dumped down into the corner. 2 players once again battling along the boards. More players join that fray as the puck ends up now behind goal. Junior Islanders have control of it, and they tried to send it around the boards. Instead, it rebounded straight toward the post. Not what the Junior Islanders were looking to do right there. Here they come now in the offensive zone. Giving chase in the corner was Donovan P.A.L. First to it is Baker. He looks to move toward his own blue line. That one's sent along the boards, and it cycles around. Waiting for it was a Rocket. That was Baker once again. And that's going to be offside on the Rockets. Official right on top of it. Certainly the right call. We have a great angle on that one.
Just missed keeping it in on that one and maybe create more offenses on pressure. But the Islanders so far this game have been very diligent in their own end, making sure that the goalie sees the proper shots and making sure that their entry is not easy.
Nothing has come easily, but the Rockets already have 5 shots on goal early as we approach 5 minutes into this first period. Puck along the near side boards was moving toward the point, and now it ends up in the Rockets zone where an icing is called. We saw an icing call earlier against the Rockets. This one will go against the Junior Islanders with 15:07 on the clock in the first period. No TV timeouts and no breaks here on Hockey TV. We'll take you straight through the first period. That draw ends up being sent to the far corner. Puck fluttering towards us. And we did catch one yesterday, Lewis.
Indeed we did, and by myself I caught that one, saving our cameraman Pat Gilorenzo from getting hit in the face with that puck.
Have to have your head on a swivel up here. We're very close to the ice as players battle for it in front of the Rockets. Goal, and that's a huge hit by number 23, Donovan P.A.L.
Massive hit along the side of the net there, Joe.
How about that for an early statement? As that's sent toward goal, off the pads, to the slot. And the Islanders will send that down to the corner. Giving chase with Zarcone. P.A.L now battling in the right corner. He receives some help. That's Luca Layton lending his assistance. He's in front, backhander is high. What a chance for Luca Layton.
Just above the crossbar there, Joe. Just got a little too much underneath it.
Layton with a high quality chance there. You said it, Lewis. He got under it just a bit too much. Here come the Rockets. As they send it into the neutral zone, they will make a change here. Puck rolling toward the boards. Swept away by the Rockets. And back around again. That was Ricky Volpe, number 17, in the right corner. It's sent up the boards from the left corner. Both teams giving chase behind the Junior Islanders' goal. Battle for it behind the Islanders' net. 3 players engaged and getting tangled up there. That's sent toward the slot. Shot is whiffed on. No clean control of the puck for Isaac Martins. Puck along the near side boards. Here it comes, Lewis. And it lands just in front of us. It stays inside of the glass.
Don't worry, Joe. I will protect you if a puck comes this way.
Don't worry about me. Worry about the equipment. That's all that matters. Protect the equipment. That's our mantra here at the PDF Sports Network. As that puck is behind the Rockets' goal. Players fighting for it. Chance in the slot, and a good stick there. I believe that stick was by number 25 on the Rockets once again, a player not on our roster, but that was a big defensive play. Islanders moving in once again. Backhander is saved, and the net moved. But the save was made by Ferris. He's been tested a bit more over these last few minutes.
Yes, he is. He's very much indeed, and the Islanders have been getting a lot more offenses on pressure on this Rockets team. As you look right here, he controlled that rebound very well, Joe, to make sure that that didn't pop out to, I believe, number 25, David Lefkis, on the Islanders to maybe get a scoring chance there.
Offensive zone draw for the Junior Islanders. Jeffrey Lee will take the face-off. He was matched up with Nicholas Delgaizo. Here come the Rockets. They'll send it behind the Islanders' goal. Swept away back there by Smith. Junior Islanders moving into the neutral zone, and there's another good stick to prevent what could have been a high-quality chance.
I believe that was Shane McElhaney making that nice defensive play.
Well, it looks like that's a 6 on the jersey, Lewis, and we don't have a 6. Sometimes hard to tell when it's tucked in the back.
My mistake, as we have a delayed penalty.
All right, we'll have our first penalty of the game coming up right here. Let's see what the call is. And it looks like they're going to signal the public address again.
I unfortunately did not hear the call of that.
I think it was a verbal call, and I think slashing was the call. I think slashing was the call, but we only heard it verbally. So first power play of the game coming up right here.
This is where the Rockets seem to shine, Joe. Again, just like last year, having a league-leading power play percentage. Let's see what they can do here.
Nicholas Larkin picks up the minor. 2-minute power play for Rockets Hockey Club. Here we go. First power play of the game. That pass dropped off into the middle. Stick disrupts that as it flutters into the glass. Rockets keep it in. Cranston sends it to the center of the point. Good pass there, open ice, and a big hit. Prevents a quality chance. Down went Bergerman on that hit.
Zarcone with the perfect placement for that hit just to make him unbalanced to lose that puck there, Joe.
Did just enough, got there just in time to prevent a quality shot. Here come the Rockets once again. Good defensive stick work by Ralston. The Rockets do keep it in, just barely. Looking to send it in front was Baker, but that pass was deflected. The Islanders look to clear the zone. Puck trapped against the boards in the corner. 2 Rockets, now 3 against 2 Islanders down there in that corner. Puck moving along the near side boards, and it is cleared out of the zone. No time for a change here for the Islanders. As that puck is swept in, they will get one skater off the ice. That's Ty Broad coming off. Rockets looking to send that into the slot. They might play it in front again. Once again, Ralston's stick disrupting that chance for Baker. Ralston doing good work defensively on this penalty kill. Rockets have it down around the corner. One-timer wide off the boards. Puck along the far side boards now. It travels across the point, rink wide, and we may have a breakaway here. Here comes number 13, Luca Layton. He moves in and does not get a shot off. May have backhanded one at the last moment, but Layton was a bit indecisive.
I think he underestimated his speed there, Joe. Flying in down the middle of the ice for that breakaway. Here you see it on the replay in slow motion. Just couldn't keep it on his stick, unfortunately.
His only chance was going to be to elevate a backhander over that pad of Zachary Ferris, and he put himself in a tough spot. You mentioned the speed. By the time he had the option to take a shot, he had already traveled past that post, and that was going to be a very tough chance. Nonetheless, it earns the Junior Islanders an offensive zone face-off. 18 seconds remaining on the Rockets' power play. Puck travels to the blue line of the Islanders. They may be able to skate this one out as that is sent nearly the entire length of the rink off the glass. The Rockets retrieve it behind their own goal, but this will likely go down as a successful penalty kill for the Junior Islanders. The Rockets have numbers for a couple of moments if they hurry, but instead the puck ends up behind goal. They'll look to send it in front. It trickles through. Slap shot off his own man. That hit Jonas Donig. The attempt from the point by number 20, Jack Barbro.
Just like their penalty kill being his very proficient last game of perfectness, they continue that right here with the successful kill.
Puck sent around the boards by the Rockets. They let it go toward the point. A lot of traffic as Volpe was trying to dig it out. He has company, and we may have had a high stick there.
Ref didn't see it.
Kamiya certainly thought so. Kamiya certainly thought so. Certainly inadvertent, as Kamiya had something to say about it, too. He went and found the guilty party right next to the Rockets bench. How about that? Not sure if that was caught on our camera, but we certainly caught it. As the puck is down in the corner, Rockets have control of it. They send it toward the blue line. And here come the Rockets. As that check disrupts the movement along the boards slightly, the Rockets do still maintain possession in the offensive zone. The Islanders have it now, far side corner. And that is off the skates of a Rocket. This trip into the offensive zone continues. They may have a shot here instead. Moving toward the corner is number 16, Georgi Gornov. Igornov ended up losing the puck, and the Junior Islanders have it along the near side boards. That trickles across the blue line of the Rockets.
Even though the Islanders are getting outshot 7-4, Joe, they're really making it tough for this Rockets team to have a comfortable entry into the zone and also a comfortable time trying to get open to get these quality scoring chances for their team.
Passes in deeper than the point have been very hard to come by for the Rockets during this first period. It's been a good defensive showing for the Junior Islanders, especially after a tough couple of minutes to open this period. Ralston sends it into the corner. It got by Zarcone. That's sent in front, and that shot is in. It was stuffed in front by number 23, Donovan P.A.L, and the Junior Islanders have a 1-goal first period lead. We'll get a second look at it on a replay.
I think Zachary Ferris thought he had it after that initial save that he made. It must have just squeezed right past him. Unfortunately, on the replay, you can't really get a good look at it, but I think he made that initial save to keep it out, and then it just maybe trickled underneath his pad and in.
He sure did make the initial save, Lewis. That puck was being batted at in front, and perhaps P.A.L was able to elevate it just enough to get it by the netminder for the Rockets. As we catch the tail end of it, I'm sure we'll get an extended look at it shortly. If that look is available to us, we'll throw it up on the screen.
We got a little bit of an altercation going on between, I want to believe that is number 22 of Cam Bergerman and number 23, Donovan P.A.L.
Bergerman and P.A.L exchanging pleasantries, as I like to say, ahead of that face-off, and we have a whistle, I believe for an offside. First goal belongs to the Junior Islanders. They lead it 1-0 with 7:53 on the clock in the first period. For P.A.L, that goal is his first of the season. And you can see it, Lewis. Bergerman and P.A.L still going at it. Just a bit ahead of this face-off.
Tapping each other's sticks every now and then just to keep the conversations going.
They were dueling with the sticks there as Zarcone chases it down in the corner. Hanrahan knocks it down at the point. Chance for a deflection in front. The puck is loose and covered. Now, we saw this yesterday, and we thought perhaps maybe Quillen Bowman may have been involved in moving the net off its bearings. Those nets have come loose quite a bit in this first period.
Indeed they have, but I think this time around it was unfortunate that it came off as he was trying to hug that post just a little too tight, and unfortunately the post came out of its bearings. It wasn't on purpose, unfortunately.
They need to get more of that adhesive that they were using on the other net. It's going to be an offensive zone face-off when play resumes. On the draw for Junior Islanders, Ty Broad. He was working against Baron Woodring as that is sent on goal, and that one looked like it hit the pads and then deflected up into the netting.
You are indeed correct, Joe, and the Islanders are really starting to pour it on after that goal. It gave them a lot of momentum. They've outshot the Rockets, I believe, 3-1 or even 3-0 the last couple minutes of this first period.
We're getting another look at it momentarily, and this is an extended look at the goal. So there it is. You get an extended look at the Junior Islanders goal right there, and you could see P.A.L batting at that puck relentlessly. No whistle. He did the right thing, and he was rewarded with a first period goal, #1 for him on the season, as I mentioned before.
You know what they say, Joe, you play until the whistle is blown.
Slayton with a takeaway in the neutral zone. His shot is high and wide, and we have a delayed penalty. And Lewis, I think we're getting a hooking call here.
He had a very nice move to get in. I think there was nothing he could have done except try to cause that penalty to stop that scoring chance.
We're going to get another look at it, but I would presume the call is going to be hooking, as it looked like the stick impeded Slayton's progress. And Slayton with some good stick work in the neutral zone to force the turnover. He then took it straight in and generated a quality chance. Here he comes. Now, let's see if we can spot the penalty.
Right there.
Now, it could have been on the takeout in front of the goal. Heading to the box right now is Colson Hanrahan. So we didn't get an official announcement on the penalty. Initially, I thought it might have been hooking. After watching that replay, I'm not so sure.
Could be hooking, it maybe could have been slashing, but it could have been after the fact, but after the move was made. Unfortunately, they didn't give us that call yet, Joe.
Second power play of the period for Rockets Hockey Club as they look to get even in the opening period. Take it across the blue line. Puck now down in the corner, sent around the boards, but there's nobody home at the right point, and closing that space quickly was Cade Baker. Rockets taking their time, looking for a shooting lane. They continue to move the puck. Now across the point. Sent into Baker. Baker was looking for Bergerman right there.
Seems that the Rockets are setting up in an umbrella-style type of power play. Mainly 3 guys at the top, 1 guy in the middle, and 1 guy screening the goalie.
Hit down around the boards in the corner. Rockets player is down. Baker moving in, looking. No room for a centering pass. The Islanders are conceding the point right now, but the Rockets appear hesitant to shoot the puck. They fire one, and that's blocked nicely, and perhaps paying for it there was Zarcone. Rockets making a quick change here. They'll bring the puck back behind their own net. 45 seconds to go on this Rockets power play. 5:40 on the clock in the first period.
This penalty kill from the Islanders, has been relentless so far this game.
That certainly has not changed from last season. As this puck is skated down into the corner by Donig. Trying to take it away was Zach Hahn. And we have a high sticking call.
I believe that ends the power play for the Rockets as well.
Sure does. We will skate 4 aside for 23 seconds. 4-on-4 hockey, always entertaining. We'll get a small taste here, and then after that, it will be 1:37 on the power play for the Junior Islanders.
Well, let's see if the Islanders, after this 23 seconds, can perform well on this power play and maybe get off on the right foot this time around this season compared to last.
It's been a very evenly matched period. There you see the shots on goal. That's just one illustration of how evenly matched this game has been. That shot was blocked into the netting, so we'll have another offensive zone face-off coming up here.
A nice fan got a souvenir, Joe.
I think those get returned, Lewis.
Oh.
We'll see. We'll see.
But you are correct. It hit the netting and then just crept in between where the net and the boards meet, the glass, I should say, excuse me. And to that fan's surprise, they caught the puck.
I'll sign it and then send it back. Puck down in the corner. 13 seconds remaining in the 4-on-4. Then a power play coming up for the Junior Islanders. It will be there first. That puck deflects off of Baker. The Rockets have it as they look to take it across the blue line. Skating in was Woodring. He gets tangled up along the near side boards. It's taken away by Walsh. Walsh into the middle. Puck allowed to travel through. Shot on goal is saved. Colson Hanrahan on that last shot.
Now the Islanders get their chance on the power play here. And like I said before, hopefully they get out on the right foot this time around compared to last season. And they've been doing very well in the face-off circle here, Joe. So I wonder if they can win this face-off if they have a design play going for this unit.
Let's see. They win it clean. Hanrahan made a quick pass, and that was interrupted. He was looking for Luca Layton, and the puck is cleared by the Rockets. Smith sets it for Hanrahan. And here come the Junior Islanders into the neutral zone. Layton. Tight window on that pass. He was looking for Camilla. And once again, the Rockets send the puck the other way. It's behind the Islanders' net.
I believe he also lost his edging just a little bit to try to get that force on that pass through. Fortunately, could not do it.
And we have another save. As the officials have to get involved here, and a bit of a face wash there after the whistle, perhaps.
That is number 20 from the Islanders, Jordan Camilla.
Now, I think I spotted a 19 on the ice for the Junior Islanders as well. Now, thankfully, the Islanders have last names on their jersey, so I know it's Walsh. We don't have a Walsh on our roster. This roster is accurate as of about 15 minutes before our pregame show.
Unfortunately, we will try to get you guys the best coverage as possible when it comes to some of these players that we do not have on the roster.
A lot of traffic in front, as right there, Ferris was forced to poke at it, trying to sweep it out of the crease. Could not. Possession stays with the Junior Islanders. Inside of 40 seconds remaining on the power play. Puck at the point. One-time shot is wide. P.A.L made a bid for goal number 2.
He was looking for a tip in front there by number 19 as well.
P.A.L wants it again, and he can't connect cleanly on the one-timer, and then commits a bad penalty, Lewis.
Unfortunate delayed penalty there for them to end their power play as well. A holding call, I believe, there, Joe.
That was not a good penalty.
That was number, I believe, 23 on the penalty. Donovan P.A.L, the defenseman, pinching up in the play.
He already scored once, and on the power play, we saw him moving into the slot. There you see it right now in the face-off circle. He was creeping closer and closer. That's the first attempt. The second attempt was from much closer. He did not connect. And I think we'll get to see that here. And P.A.L did not connect on that second try. The puck fluttered away. And then he committed the penalty. That is not a good penalty.
Seems like the Islanders like to incorporate their defensemen early on in their offensive schemes, Joe. Last game, their defensemen actually had one of the 2 goals that they scored as well.
Rockets take it away. Shot is blocked. That's a big block in front by Zach Hahn. Puck still loose in front of the Islanders' goal. It rebounds out. We're still skating 4-on-4 for about another 3 seconds, and then it's a Rockets power play. 3:22 remaining in the opening period. That puck sent to the near side boards. Rockets now officially on the power play. And that puck travels over the blue line. Cochish could not corral it. This is Volpe. Sends it up to Slayton. Slayton moving in. Sends it to the far side boards. Puck now down in the corner. Attempted spinning pass there, unsuccessful by Cochish. He's still fighting for it and takes it away along the boards. Puck at the point. Barbaro gives it up. Shot saved by Smith, and no rebound for the Rockets.
What a clear there as well, and what a fantastic save by Smith, keeping this game a 1-0 lead for his Islanders.
That puck sent toward the point. It went straight through the legs of Pavlis, and it is taken away. Broad off the post on that shot. Broad sent it off the post.
Beat him high, right over the glove there, Joe, and just rang it off the pipe.
Good pass there to set up a shot, and it is saved by the glove. Cam Smith has looked good in this first period. He has been tested for sure. And another shot beats him over the glove, under the crossbar, and the Rockets have tied it.
What an absolute wicked wrister on that goal there, Joe. I think he had a little bit of a screen in front of him. He couldn't really see it that well, and he just beat him right over the glove, as you said, bar down.
Cade Baker with the goal for Rockets Hockey Club, and I think they call that a snipe, Lewis, as he was moving in. Did not encounter any resistance on his way to the net. That was a bit surprising. The Islanders really haven't relinquished that ice very much in between the dots. Right there, perhaps a bit of a mistake by the junior Islanders, and Baker certainly made them pay for it.
Especially with their penalty kill being very strong to start this game and continue their strength from last game as well in the PK. Unfortunately, couldn't succeed there.
And the Rockets were at an advantage there. Kamiya took a puck off his leg, and he is shaken up as he heads to the bench.
Sacrificed the body there, unfortunately. You don't want to see a player get hurt just like that, Joe, as he's limping even out of the bench.
It was his own man who sent the puck off of him.
That one's got a sting, Joe.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Tell you, I'm certainly not going out there without a full cage on my helmet. Can't risk taking any pucks anywhere, certainly not above the torso. As that puck ends up in the corner, Islanders working it around the boards back to the point. Mineta is met. Bergman trying to take it away, but the Islanders do keep it in the offensive zone. Looking to center it. Right there were the Islanders, but to no avail, and the Rockets now take it into the neutral zone. Good pass there, Baker moving in, and a nice stick lift to disrupt what would have been a better shot attempt. Baker still got a shot off, but didn't get all of it. Of course, that goal for Baker was his first of the season in this, the Rockets opener. 1:18 to go in the first period, and Lewis, this first period has certainly lived up to the billing.
I certainly agree with you there, Joe. Both goalies on both sides of the ice playing very well as the Rockets actually go on the power play here. Let's see if this PK can hold up instead of last time. But again, both goalies, as I said, playing extremely well, especially Cam Smith, making sure that he's composed and making sure that he's not getting any traffic in front to make sure he can see the puck and keep on these saves.
Well, I thought there may have been a penalty there, given the activity around the corner, and there certainly was. So it's a power play for the Rockets once again. They are right back to the one-man advantage. Puck sent down into the corner. Ralston giving chase. And hot pursuit was Dobnig. Puck sent across the point. Volpe was looking for a lane, none to be found. Zarcone challenging him along the boards, and puck ends up back in the Rockets zone. 40 seconds to go in the opening period. Takeaway by Layton. And he will send it back to Ralston. Ralston sends that into the Rockets zone. Off the skate of Volpe. He sends it into the neutral zone. Skating forward is Slayton. Slayton back to the point. Had a man waiting there. That was Barbaro. Barbaro has it back. Rockets moving in closer. And that was disrupted by the stick of Ty Broad. Good passing position, and Lewis, that was a dangerous looking pass. Wide open was number 17, Ricky Volpe.
Just over the stick there. I think a little bit too much sauce on that pass there, Joe.
Just a bit of extra sauce as that brings the first period to a close. And as I said, Lewis, that period lived up to the billing. A very entertaining first period, a very evenly matched first period, 11 shots on goal per side. And when we come back, still 42 seconds to go on the Rockets power play. What are your takeaways from period number 1?
I agree with you, Joe. Very evenly matched first period. As I mentioned in the beginning of this game, the Islanders' penalty kill, their penalty kill has proven to be strong. Even though they conceded that one power play goal, again, they are keeping the pressure on and making it a very tough time for this league-leading power play of the Rockets last season to generate enough scoring chances.
So with the start of the first intermission, we will take a break. When we come back, we will have the start of the second period in this U.S. Premier Hockey League NCDC division matchup. The P.A.L. Junior Islanders are tied with Rockets Hockey Club after one goal apiece. We are back from the Bridgewater Sports Arena. Once again, this is Joe Foreman alongside Louis Matrone from the PDF Sports Network, and this is exclusive coverage of the U.S. Premier Hockey League on Hockey TV. And Louis, we were talking about it during the pregame. The Junior Islanders, a team that qualified for the playoffs last season, despite finishing behind Rockets Hockey Club in the standings. A very evenly matched first period. The two teams knotted up at 1 goal per side, and once we saw how evenly matched the first period was, we thought to take a look back at last year's playoffs. Both teams qualified. They did not fare equally well, as the Junior Islanders did drop both of their games, did not register a point. They took on the Jersey Hitmen twice and lost both of their meetings. The Rockets fared a bit better.
Yeah, Joe, as you can see from what we are going to tell you, the Rockets actually ended up having 3 wins but 2 losses. But their goals for, it was only 1 above their goals against. 13 goals for and 12 goals against in that 5-game span, where the Junior Islanders themselves had actually a -8 differential, only scoring 7 goals in the playoffs, but conceding 15.
Yeah, and taking a look at the eventual champion Jersey Hitmen, you see it there on our sheets here, not on your screen right now, but the Hitmen had 32 goals for and 16 goals against. They only lost 1 game in the playoffs last season. It was a very impressive showing for the Hitmen, and I'm sure we will get a look at them later this season. That should be a very exciting game. But turning our attention back to this matchup between the Junior Islanders and Rockets Hockey Club, it was a very entertaining first period, a very evenly matched first period. 11 goals, or shots on goal, I should say, per side. We saw 13 goals yesterday, so excuse my mistake, but 11 shots on goal for each side in that first period. When we come back, the Rockets have 42 seconds remaining on a power play as they look to take the lead. And we will see what the Rockets can do on that power play. They already have a power play goal in this game, as it was a very impressive shot by Cade Baker. He sniped one over the glove of the goaltender Cameron Smith, who had himself a very good first period. That was the one shot he could not stop. It hit the post and deflected down and in. You got to look at that on your screens during the halftime break. That was one of a couple of very impressive shots that we saw in the first period.
Well, Joe, like you said in the beginning of this game, you wanted shots, and more shots. You had 22 total in the first period alone. And again, that one goal that Cam Smith ended up giving up, it was one of those goals that was just, he picked that corner very nicely. It was one of those unfortunate goals that he couldn't really get to in time. But other than that, both goalies themselves, both Zachary Ferris and Cam Smith, have been actually playing very well. Both have been controlling their rebounds very well as keeping the pucks out of dangerous zones and making sure that they don't give up juicy enough rebounds for either team.
Well, in goal, Cameron Smith has to be very happy seeing only 11 shots on goal. We mentioned the shot totals from the Junior Islanders game yesterday. We said it during the pregame. 1 shot on goal shy of 100. Smith had 51 saves in that game. Only had to make 10 in that first period. And if he's making 10 per period, I'm sure that's something the Junior Islanders can live with.
Especially like you mentioned before, coming off of the back-to-back games of this one being the second game of it, stopping 51 shots and coming in and already stopping 10. He's already warmed up. He's already feeling the game out, and he's already going to keep going for this team to make sure that they maintain a nice level of play.
So we have about 1 minute and 20 seconds before the start of the second period. Lewis, we spoke at length about the first period. What are you looking for from these two teams in the second period? You spoke about some of your takeaways from period number 1. What are some of your expectations for period number 2?
Well, I think mainly for the Islanders is to keep their pace of play. They're having a nice defensive system so far this game. Their penalty kill outside of that one power play goal that they've given up. They're doing very well in the face-off circles to end the period, even though out getting face-off, they're only won 9 out of the last 20 draws. But I think their pace of play so far has been very well. In terms of the Rockets, I think their power play has been a little bit lackluster. I think for this last 42 seconds of the power play that they have, they got to generate a lot more opportunities for themselves. Move the puck around quick in the offensive zone. Make sure that you secure it in the offensive zone first, and make sure that you get shots on for high-quality chances.
We mentioned it during the pregame, Lewis. The Junior Islanders took 2 out of the first 4 meetings with this Rockets Hockey Club team last year. Things looked promising in the season series. It didn't end up that way. After a 2-2 start in the season series, the Rockets would go on to win the next 3 to wrap up the season. So since last year, dating back to last year, the Rockets have won 3 straight against this Junior Islanders team, and the Junior Islanders will be looking to snap that streak here tonight. And let's get a look at some of the replays from that first period. Here you see the puck traveling around the boards. This is the first goal, and there you see Donovan P.A.L batting at that puck, not giving up on that play. We thought that Zachary Ferris had made the stop. I'm sure plenty of people in the building and at home thought Zachary Ferris made the stop. He did not. There's a look at the Rockets' goal, and we said it already once during this intermission. That was one impressive shot.
An absolute wicked wrister from that shot off of the bar down and in. But again, just like I said, I would prefer for the Rockets to have their special teams kind of take it to that next level. They were the league leading in the power play so far last year. So far this game, not really impressed as of right now, I have to admit. So hopefully this next 42 seconds of the power play for them, they really try to turn it up.
Well, I think it's been very tough for them to acquire the ice down around the net, and that's been by design. This Islanders team has done a really good job of keeping them out of the slot on the power play, and we saw there as Cade Baker moved in toward the edge of the face-off circle, aligned with the post. He got that high-quality ice, and he put the shot over the glove of Smith. That's what the Rockets need to do over the next 42 seconds in this power play. I think that will give them the best chance to score. Try and acquire some of that ice in between the face-off circles. It's been very tough territory for them to move into on the power play, but I think that's an area they can look to attack. And if they can do so successfully, they should continue to prove themselves as one of the league's best on the power play. And even if they do fail to score here, they're still 1 out of 3. Any team would be happy with 33%.
I agree with you there, Joe. Can't say that I would be shocked if they don't try to pour it on for the next 42 seconds on this power play to show that they were the league leaders last year. But I also wouldn't be surprised if Cam Smith really comes up big for these next 42 seconds, as well as his line mates on the ice for this penalty kill, to make sure that this penalty kill for them stays very strong.
We said it during the pregame. The Junior Islanders do not allow a lot of goals. So if they can score 2 or 3 in a game, you have to like their chances. Their first game of the season, a 3-2 defeat against the Mercer Chiefs, as we mentioned. They try and level their record as we get started in the second period. Puck down in the corner, now behind the Rockets' goal. Ty Broad was there, but he will concede possession to the Rockets behind their own goal. And here comes Rockets Hockey Club. Taking it through the neutral zone is Jonah Copre. He sends it behind the Islanders' goal. It bounced off of the boards. That rebound nearly sent the puck in front. Puck now at the point with Bergerman. And that is through the skates of Copre. And Rockets will send some skaters off here as they look to regroup. Rockets now skating the puck deeper into their own zone. That's a poor pass. Slap shot well wide off the boards. Puck winds up back near the point, and once again it is sent off the boards by the Junior Islanders. Collision in the corner. Puck behind the net with Camilla. He's pinned to the boards.
It's good to see Camilla back on the ice, Joe, after taking that puck from his own teammate.
And he did not look too good coming off the ice. Looks a lot better now as that's deflected and saved. Good save there by Ferris on the deflection in front, and that one ended up right in between his pads.
What a way to actually get over to that puck, especially expecting that deflection, making sure that he stayed poised enough and compact enough to make sure that that puck was not going to go past him to the opposite side of the post.
Well, when you see that, a puck trap between the goalie's pads, that's 5-hole alert right there. And Ferris was able to close that gap quickly enough to keep the puck in front of him. Islanders were looking to center it, could not. They send it back to the point. Rolston fires one on goal, and that is trapped by Ferris. A lot of traffic, but that puck found its way on goal, and Ferris once again was up to the task.
It seems like the Rockets aren't getting out to that right step to start off this period, a minute and a half in, and I believe Ferris actually thought he didn't handle that correctly as he almost looked behind him.
Very possible. Martins and Camilla on the face-off. It goes to Camilla, but Levkis sees the puck sent out of the zone. For the Junior Islanders, they look to fire it back down into the corner. It's cut off by Levkis. He's now pinned to the boards. Seen a lot of action around those boards early in the second period. Rockets now trying to dig it out of the corner. Junior Islanders there as well. Paddle for it. An attempt to kick it away with a skate, and now the puck is back up at the point. That one once again fired down into the corner. There's Bion Kerry who sent it in, and now the Rockets look to take it across the blue line. It's deflected in the neutral zone. And the referee will signal icing as we have a Rockets player down along the boards. Once again, that player wearing number 25 not on our roster. We did consult the web during the intermission to make sure that none of the players we were missing are listed on the official roster online, and we did not see any players that we were missing listed online. So we have the most up-to-date rosters available here at the commentary desk.
Unfortunately, no dice on that, Joe. But I just want to touch on the Rockets really, like I said before, didn't come out strong so far this second period. They really are trying to rush their passes. I think they need to be a little bit more composed, and they need to make sure that they get the passes off right and not make blind passes that they've done so far this 2.5 minutes into the period.
See if they can make something of this as attacker moving in. It's swiped at by Smith with the stick. He was able to sweep it away behind his own goal, and now the Junior Islanders looking to move forward through the neutral zone. That space was closed quickly, and that was tipped. Lee got a stick on it, no icing. Rockets trying to send it back into the neutral zone, and carrying it forward is Barbro. Barbro drops it off toward the far side boards. He was looking for Slayton. Puck now sent around the boards. It's back up at the point. Kaipinen sees that one skip wide. That was certainly deflected. Another shot, that one saved with the pad, directed in front off the skate of a Junior Islander. Puck now down in the corner. The Rockets track it down, they send it in front, but no shot attempt there. Perhaps a shot coming here. Puck moving well, and that is saved once again by Smith.
You just got to love how composed he is in net. He makes the initial save there and is immediately ready for that next shot attempt.
And how was that for some crisp passing by the Rockets? That sequence looked very good, but now the Junior Islanders have numbers as that shot ends up wide. It may have been off the pad of Ferris.
Now Larkin is shaken up on the Islander bench as he wimbles off.
That attempt goes wide off the boards, back up toward the point. Trying to backhand it into the corner was Kaipinen. Two teams fighting for it right in front of the Rockets bench as the Rockets make a quick change. Here come the Junior Islanders across the blue line. Penzavecchia in the corner. Now fighting for it is Donovan P.A.L. He gets some help from Penzavecchia. Puck trickling in front of the Rockets' goal. And fortunately, they had a man there. That was Baker, who battled enough to get it out of that dangerous spot. P.A.L. once again in the corner. He sends it into the slot. Shot is blocked. A nice sliding block by Bergman.
An absolute heads-up defensive play by Bergman as well, Joe.
Puck sent around the boards. Waiting for it is Penzavecchia. He sends it back in the other direction. Rockets retrieve it in the corner. Nearly a giveaway there. That would have been an A very bad giveaway. Ferris swipes it over to one of his teammates. Long pass, a good one toward the blue line. Rockets had numbers, and now we have a 2-on-2 in the other direction. Moving in and shooting was Zarcone. It is saved. Rebound trickles into the corner.
That's that rebound control that I've mentioned before. Joe Zachary Ferris and both Cam Smith have been very well in terms of keeping those rebounds to a minimal.
How about this for some fast-paced action here in the second period? Hewitt in the corner. Rockets try and trap him to the boards. He gets away. Centers it. On the backhand, that one is sent in front but wide of goal. And that shot was deflected perhaps twice. And it is saved by Ferris.
Absolute love the vision play by Ferris there. Really making sure that he keeps the eye on the puck and making sure that he gobbles that up to freeze the play to get a fresh set of legs out there for his team.
What a start to this second period, Lewis. We are just over 5 minutes in. It has been non-stop action. These two teams relentless with the pace of play to this point in period number 2.
Have to say, both teams are buzzing right now, Joe.
There's a lot of energy in the building. Quite a few spectators assembled as well alongside us here at the commentary desk. We are positioned on level 2 at center ice, as the Rockets may look to get things started a bit more methodically here, give themselves a bit of a breather, but the Junior Islanders won't allow that as they continue to pressure. Puck down in the corner, avoiding the defender was Volpe. That swept towards center ice. Trying to gather it was Barbro. Aiden Ryan sends it down behind the Islanders' goal. Fighting for it is Delgaizo in the corner. He has some help now. 2 Islanders in the area as well. It's a very tough viewing angle for us, but several spectators have a front row seat along the glass. That puck kept in at the point. And Volpe was looking to fire one toward goal. We had a collision along the boards. Vilhauer went down. We have an injury for the Rockets. That took place in the corner, right along the boards.
Speaking of injuries, Joe, it seems as if Nicholas Larkin for the Islanders has rejoined the team on the bench. That's a good sign for them.
Certainly is, and the injured Rocket was number 28, Aiden Ryan. He appears okay as he makes his way to the bench. Will be a neutral zone face-off right in front of us. We showed you the face-off numbers from the first period during the intermission. It was a slight advantage for the Rockets. 11-9. Shots on goal favor the Junior Islanders. 16-13. Make it 17 as that's glove saved by Ferris.
I don't know if you caught that, Joe, but what a play by Camilla to actually hold that blue line to make sure his team got into the zone safely.
Little things you miss when you're following the puck. That's why you have a color commentary partner, and I appreciate you, Lewis, as we have an offensive zone faceoff coming up for the Junior Islanders.
Seems the right defenseman in this faceoff's creeping in a little bit, but then retreats back to the blue line. Thought it was going to be a nice designed play.
And there's another glove save for Ferris, and he has been tested quite a bit here in the second period. In the early going of period number 2, the advantage has certainly belonged to the Junior Islanders.
Yeah, the Rockets, again, they're trying to get a little more pep in their step this period so far. The last couple minutes, they've shown a little bit more promise, but again, that slow start in the first couple minutes hasn't really helped them much.
That slow start, a bit surprising considering they opened the period with about 40 seconds to go on a power play. Didn't make anything of that. They're officially 1 for 3 on the power play. One of those power plays was cut short by one of their own penalties. Nonetheless, it's a 1 for 3 as that puck lands in the corner. Several players battling along the boards, and the Rockets will try and get set here. That stick disrupting that pass by Levkis. And here come the Junior Islanders once again. Camilla moving in. He's pinned to the glass. Walsh thinking about a shot. Will look to center. Travel straight through the slot off the boards. That one sent toward goal and blocked by a Rocket. Puck now behind the net as we have a player down. Back to his feet is Levkis, but here come the Rockets. Numbers belong to the Junior Islanders here. Good job buying some time by Dobnig. That is sent toward goal and deflected, but well behind the frame.
Really tried to direct that on net, Joe, but unfortunately couldn't angle his stick far enough to the crease of the goalie.
P.A.L continues along the boards right in front of the Rockets bench. There's some open ice here, and a good stick from behind by Levkis, and an incredible shot finds the back of the net for the goal.
What an absolute sharp angle of a shot there, Joe. I honestly couldn't even see it. I looked down from the ice just for a brief moment, and then I look back up, and I hear you calling the goal.
Well, I wish I could give the goal scorer credit, but he is not on our roster. Once again, we checked for updated rosters during the intermission. Look at that shot. Top shelf, glove side, as he's falling down to the ice. An incredible shot by what I would presume is a Rockets forward wearing number 6. Once again, he is not on our official roster. We double-checked the web during the intermission. Nonetheless, it's a 2-1 lead for the Rockets on an incredible goal. We've seen some high-quality shots tonight, Lewis.
It seems like they're trying to pick up the tendencies of Cam Smith, that he's really not that strong on his glove side, shooting high and above it. It's now 2-1.
He's been beaten that way twice. We'll see if the Rockets look to continue to exploit that as that puck travels straight across the crease. Nobody home for the Junior Islanders, and they were having themselves a great period, but what matters is the goal tally, and right now the Rockets have themselves a 1-goal advantage, looking for more.
And not just beating them above the glove twice, Joe. One short side in the first period, and now this far side. Fantastic shot as well.
We've only been covering hockey for 2 days here on the PDF Sports Network, as I'll finish my point in a moment. That shot ends up in the netting. But we saw 13 goals yesterday, Lewis, and of the 13 goals plus 3 more today, that was certainly the most impressive. There's another look, and I'm not sure that Smith could believe it either.
I think he was very well taken off guard as he saw him falling to the ice. Didn't think he could get enough on that shot, but it turns out he just got enough to beat him over the glove.
Offensive zone face-off win for the Junior Islanders. Getting a skate and disrupting things was Baker. Players poking at it, and coming out of the pack with it is Bergman. Bergman moving in with some speed, and I'm not sure if it was checked away or if he looked to drop it off. Nonetheless, that puck sent toward the Rockets' goal in the corner.
It was indeed a hand-to-hand stick check. Very nice defensive play by the defenseman.
Like to see that if you're the Junior Islanders bench, especially after a goal. Another quality chance is saved. Good pass to set up Bergman just wide of the far post. And all of a sudden, Lewis, the Rockets are finding those open spaces down around goal and a bit inside of the dots. Here's another look at a great pass from the far side boards. And an incredible save by Smith as well. He got into position. Maybe if that shot was elevated just a bit more, it had a chance. Still a quality shot and a good save.
What an absolute push off of his left leg to get over just in time. And I agree with you. I think if it was elevated, it was definitely going over the blocker side. And it could have been very big trouble for this Islander team.
Rockets moving across the point, sent it to traffic in front. We had a deflection wide of goal. Junior Islander went down. That was Cole Hanrahan, who tumbled to the ice. That pass was dropped off toward the point, nearly given away by the Rockets. It is a turnover. Here come the Junior Islanders. 2-on-1 odd man rush. Help on the way, and then it's saved by Ferris. He covers it up.
Way to get that glove out for that little miniature rebound chance there off the initial shot. Great job by Ferris to keep this game still 2-1.
Good work in goal once again by the Rockets netminder. We were talking about Smith's work in the beginning of the first period. How about Ferris since? He's faced 21 shots on goal, has saved 20 of them.
Yes, Joe, I agree. Both goalies, we knew coming into this matchup it was going to be a great game. Only had numbers, I believe, for Cameron Smith, but it seems to me that Ferris has really proven to be a very, very elite goaltender this game so far.
Ferris certainly making a very positive impression on us and all the spectators gathered here at the Bridgewater Sports Arena. We approach 10 minutes to go in the second period. Rockets lead the Junior Islanders 2-1. We were even at 1 after 1. Rockets take the lead on that incredible goal just a couple of minutes ago. I was trying to listen into the public address announcer, get the official word on who it was that scored the goal. Perhaps we could add him to our roster, but to no avail.
If only they had last names on their jerseys as well, Joe.
That always helps. As Walsh receives a drop-off pass, and that is deflected over the netting and off the wall behind Rockets' goal. A young spectator eagerly chasing that puck down.
With a big smile on that face too, Joe. They are going home happy and satisfied having that souvenir. Hopefully they don't have to give it back.
The question is she going home with the puck? Or does it get returned? I think that may get returned. We'll see. Face-off win, and that shot by P.A.L traveled just high. Ferris may have gotten a piece with the body, but it looked to travel over the crossbar.
Another designed face-off play from this Islanders team in the offensive zone.
And it looks like a Rocket may have taken a high stick. No call. Maybe just a shot to the face. Here come the Rockets into the offensive zone. That one sent through the slot off the near side boards and behind the Junior Islanders goal. Puck travels around the boards back to the point. And that one was stick checked away by Leighton. He goes down.
Delayed penalty here for that interference call on number 6, again, who unfortunately we do not have on our roster. But the Islanders will now go on this power play with just 9 minutes to go in this period, Joe.
We spoke about the Junior Islanders penalty kill being elite during the pregame. They left a lot to be desired on the power play last year. There's the official power play numbers. The Islanders 0 for 1 tonight. The Rockets 1 for 4. And now the Rockets penalty kill will look to step up. As I'm taking in the in-arena sound effects right here. Not what I expected for a visiting team power play. Put a smile on my face, much like that young spectator who received the souvenir puck. Rockets clear the puck out of the zone. Sent behind the Junior Islanders goal. Hanrahan will track it down.
They have that booming shot out there of Donovan P.A.L trying to set him up maybe for a one-timer this offensive zone power play.
P.A.L has been very active in this game at the offensive end of the ice. Once again, Hanrahan will track it down, this time in front of his own goal. He carries it forward into the neutral zone, gives it up for Leighton. He dumps it into the corner. Chasing is Walsh. He's pinned to the boards. Fight for it behind the Rockets' goal. 1:15 remaining on the Junior Islanders power play. That puck travels into the corner, and once again, the Rockets come away with it. This is Baker, and he will send it in deep.
Joe, I just looked up at the scoreboard for a brief moment. It says there's 66 shots for this Rockets team. Now, I don't know about you, but I didn't see 66 shots yet.
That is an error. They will get that fixed. They will certainly get that fixed. I think perhaps what happened is they tried to put the player who committed the penalty. As we may have a chance brewing here for the Rockets. It's stick checked away by Smith. The correct total is 16.
And indeed they fixed it, Joe.
That makes a lot more sense. As the Islanders take it into the offensive zone, but this power play has really been a disaster.
They haven't really been able to settle that puck down and make sure they hit the wide open man in stride. And this Rockets penalty kill has been superb at this blue line to make sure they don't get in clean.
Hewitt in the corner. Islanders trying to generate something here. Zarcone up to Hahn. Hahn may look to shoot it. He does! Traffic in front. Batting at it was Vilhauer, but it is trapped once again by Ferris.
Try to get that big body of Vilhauer in front for a screen and make sure that Ferris couldn't see it, but eventually wasn't enough, and he was able to smother that puck and make sure this game stayed 2-1.
8 seconds remaining on the Rockets power play, or I should say on the Rockets penalty kill. It is a Junior Islanders power play, but nonetheless, the Junior Islanders will likely have one final opportunity to generate a power play goal off of this face-off. Zarcone will take the draw against Delgaizo, and Delgaizo wins it. Rockets can clear it if they want to with 3 seconds to go on the power play, and they do. So a successful penalty kill for Rockets Hockey Club, and a really poor power play for the Junior Islanders. I'm not sure they generated more than that one last shot on goal.
I believe you're right, Joe, and their power play woes continue, especially from last game. I believe being 0 for 7 on the power play last game. The woes continue here, being 0 for 2.
Ferris, 2 saves, 1 off a rebound as we have a delayed penalty coming up. Islanders get a 6th man on the ice. Hewitt shoots, and that's off the crossbar. Screen in front, saw that one get by Ferris. And the Iron proves to be a good friend of his. He gives it a nice pat.
As he should, Joe. As for goalies, those are his best friends. The post and the bar are his best friends in this game.
And I am sure we will get a second look at that one. Ferris giving his good friend a pat on the back there as the Iron keeps that one out. A screen in front. There you see it right there, leaping over the puck was Zarcone, and I think that obstructed the vision of Ferris. But even though that didn't find the back of the net, the penalty results in yet another Junior Islanders power play immediately after the previous one concluded.
Maybe another design face-off play here to maybe try to win it clean back to Hanrahan. Get over for a one-timer here for P.A.L.
Camilla and Slayton on the draw. It goes to Slayton. We have a broken stick down on the ice.
I believe that is number 19, Baron Woodring without a stick.
All right, so that was Woodring on the draw, not Slayton. The jersey tucked in the back. I thought it was 18. It was 19. Woodring remains on the ice without a stick, as that is sent just wide of the post. And we do apologize as our video feed appears to be lagging just a bit. We will continue to follow the action for you. Our audio is still good, so Lewis and I will stay with you through the technical issues with our video. Hanrahan has it, middle near the point, and it is deflected in. Islanders, they have evened up the score at 2. And we are back here on Hockey TV. We do apologize for that video glitch, but we are back on the air. We are audio only at the moment. We will have our visual output coming onto your screens in just a moment. Once again, this is Joe Foreman alongside Louis Matrone here on the PDF Sports Network. We are streaming live exclusively on Hockey TV with coverage of the U.S. Premier Hockey League. This is an NCDC divisional matchup between the P.A.L. Junior Islanders and Rockets Hockey Club. I'm sure many of our viewers have been with us since the beginning. Once again, we will have video back in just a few moments, as that is backhanded through the crease and wide of goal by the Rockets. Right before our video feed cut out, we had a power play goal for the Junior Islanders. At first, I thought it may have been inadvertently swept in by a Rocket, but it was indeed the Junior Islanders who put it into the back of the Rockets' net. That evened up our score at 2 goals per side. We have 1:40 on the clock in this second period as we had a huge hit just across the blue line. Here come the Junior Islanders as that shot by Lucas Layton is saved with the pad by Zachary Ferris. He has been very busy. He has now faced 29 shots, has 27 saves. Puck moved across the point by the Junior Islanders. That's sent on goal and saved again by Ferris through the screen. How impressive has Ferris been?
Ferris has been very well in keeping himself solid in this game. 30 shots on goal and only giving up 2 goals to keep this game at 2 apiece.
I just wanted to mention back at that big hit by Shane Zarcone, he really laid the boom on that one.
He sure did, Lewis. That hit took place right in front of us. As we'll have an offensive zone face-off for the Junior Islanders. And the face-off win once again goes to the Rockets. It seems like they've done a great job winning face-offs in their defensive zone, specifically on the Junior Islanders' power plays during this period.
And it seems like Dobnik was very upset with that icing call there. He feels that he beat out that puck to nullify the icing there. But I just want to touch up again on how well Zachary Ferris has been playing. He's been very composed this entire period, keeping himself very straight up and very square to the puck, making sure that he keeps all those rebounds again to a minimal and making sure that his team keeps this game tied at 2. Hopefully they can reward him with a goal here.
And there's another defensive zone face-off win for the Rockets. They've been great in those spots as that shot either was deflected off the glove or the post. I do believe it was the glove. Did not hear the sound of iron meeting the puck, as Ferris just got a snow shower in front.
That was Carter Hanrahan there with that snow shower.
And that was a big-time snow shower. No puck in the area, fortunately, as the Rockets look for one last chance before the end of the period. We have 33 seconds remaining in period number 2, and we have a whistle from behind the Islanders' goal as once again the net has come loose.
Again, not on purpose there, Joe. I think it was number 26 of the Rockets, Isaac Martins, unfortunately kind of stumbling into the net there to take it off its bearings.
We are going to have a neutral zone face-off upcoming with 31.4 on the clock in this second period. Once again, the Rockets win the draw. They've been great on the face-offs here in this period as they put another shot on goal, easily saved by Smith. Puck now down in the corner, cycles around the boards toward the point. It's chipped into the neutral zone. P.A.L first to it, and he was looking for Zarcone, but that pass just a bit behind him. 13 seconds on the clock in the period. That's sent it to the corner. Met at the point by the Rockets. They're looking for one last shot. They won't get it here, as this one flutters into the corner for an icing with 1.5 on the clock.
You think the Rockets pull the goalie here with 1.5 seconds just to maybe try to get a quick shot off of the faceoff since they've been doing so well in the circle?
You make a good point, Lewis. I don't think they will, but something to keep in mind.
I've only seen once in my history of hockey.
Oh, yeah, they're pulling him, Lewis. They sure are. You were right on it.
It's funny because I saw only one time in history of me watching hockey that I've seen somebody score in less than 1.5 seconds. But considering this is an offensive zone draw for them and they're all the way down the down the ice, not as likely to get a shot off, but good call from this team.
And look at all the Islanders that were positioned in the shooting lane in front of goal. So they weren't going to give the Rockets a chance. It was not a clean win, and that faceoff brings the second period to a close. Our score knotted up at 2. Lewis, this has been a great one. We have an exciting third period in store.
Indeed we do, Joe, especially the way that these goalies have been playing so far, keeping this game at 2 apiece. One stopping 28 shots and the other stopping 17 so far. The Rockets did end up picking it up later in this period, just like I was hoping for, and they proved me right, as well as the Islanders maintaining a very nice defensive style of play. I think the Rockets are going to keep up the intensity. They're not going to let that goal shift the momentum that they've given up, and they're going to keep coming out flying, and they're going to try to get more shots on goal.
A back-and-forth game, an evenly matched game, a thoroughly entertaining game concludes following this break for the second intermission. Our score after 2 periods, the P.A.L. Junior Islanders 2, Rockets Hockey Club 2. When we come back, continued PDF Sports Network coverage of the U.S. Premier Hockey League exclusively on Hockey TV. And we are back from the Bridgewater Sports Arena. Our score entering the third period, 2-2 between the P.A.L. Junior Islanders and Rockets Hockey Club. Lewis, the early portion of that second period was really controlled by the Junior Islanders. They had a couple of power plays after a successful penalty kill. They killed off the final 42 seconds of a Rockets power play to open the period. Had a couple of power plays of their own. Those power plays weren't great, but they dominated the puck and really controlled play for the first few minutes of that second period. However, the Rockets bounced back. They did score the go-ahead goal to go in front 2-1. Things certainly seemed to change at that point. What did you see that shifted play in the Rockets' favor?
I think after all of the penalties that the Rockets committed throughout this game, it was a real wake-up call for them to really kind of stay out of the box, get their feet skating, get their pucks moving faster, get their passing lanes open a lot more quicker, and they really wanted to turn up the tempo. It seemed like they came out very sluggish that second period, and they really wanted to get things going, and they wanted to make sure that they maintained the pressure that they wanted to have this entire game, and they did that so far.
And we began to have some audio issues during the last of the Islanders' power plays, and that was certainly the best one. They scored a power play goal. You got the call in right before our feed cut out for just a couple of minutes. You didn't miss anything when our feed cut for a short time during that second period, but it was a power play goal for the Junior Islanders that evened up the score at 2 per side. Both teams have scored on the power play in this game. What do you think will be the difference maker heading into the third period?
Well, it's like you said, both teams scored on the power play. I really think their special teams are going to be the dividing factor. I think if the Rockets could stay out of the box and keep the Islanders in the box to make sure, even though their penalty kill has been very strong these last couple of periods that they've played, including last night, I think the Rockets will show off why they had the league-leading power play percentage last year, and I think it's going to come down to a special teams type of goal.
Well, we saw the shots on goal tally favoring the Junior Islanders 30-19, and we can't talk about the first 2 periods without talking about the goaltenders. It has been 2 very strong performances in net tonight from Zachary Ferris and Cameron Smith. Ferris has faced far more shots. The Islanders with 30 shots on goal, the Rockets with just 19. But there have been a lot of quality chances among those 49 shots for both sides.
Zachary Ferris as well has been stellar for stopping those 28 shots.
He's really found the rhythm to this game after giving up those 2 early goals. And I really feel like it's going to be a goaltending matchup between these two for the rest of this game. And I really believe whoever does not get shorthanded is going to really be the winner of this game, as you see both Cameron Smith and his goaltending duo partner, number 31, I believe we don't have him on the roster.
We do. It's Jake Inzerillo.
Jake Inzerillo, excuse me. Really kind of showing love to each other to make sure he's in his position soundly and make sure that he's poised, he's staying sharp as ever. And I really think it's going to come down to Ferris really making sure that his body is square to the puck and making sure that he covers those rebounds, as he's been doing well this entire game.
Inzerillo has been helping Smith get ready ahead of each of the last 2 periods. He did so in pregame as well, as we are set to get underway in the 3rd period between the P.A.L. Junior Islanders and Rockets Hockey Club. The score even at 2. Something has to give, and if it doesn't, we do have overtime hockey on deck, so keep an eye out for that. We are still awaiting our first overtime broadcast of the season. 2 goals per side as the teams have taken the ice for period number 3. Public address asking the spectators if they are ready. That draws some applause. And all aboard the crazy train ahead of period number 3, Lewis. This game has been wild so far. It's been entertaining, and we look forward to these next 20 minutes. First face-off of the 3rd period is taken by Hanrahan and the Junior Islanders. He gets trapped along the boards far side, and that is sent around the boards to the point. And waiting for it all alone was Holston. He fires one wide. That one also sent wide from the opposite side of the ice. Holston tracks it down, sends it into the corner. Rockets retrieve the puck there. Pair of Junior Islanders poking at it, trying to take possession back in their offensive zone. They cannot. Moving forward toward the neutral zone is Copre. He tried to send it into the corner, whiffed on that attempt, and then was whistled for an offside.
Once we just didn't get enough of that puck to send it in. I think the skates just a little bit too quick underneath of him.
Close that offside there, Joe.
It will be a neutral zone face-off, just outside of the blue line. Cranston against Zarcone on the draw, and we have a whistle from behind the play as they will tell some of the other skaters to move over a bit.
They're really using the versatility of Donovan P.A.L. on this line, considering he's listed as a right defenseman, Joe, but he's on the right wing for this line.
You see he's been heavily involved in the play at the offensive end of the ice as that puck travels behind the net. Clayton tracks it down. He's looking to send it to the point. He does so. Hahn has it. Hahn looks to shoot. Nearly deflected in front by P.A.L. That shot sails just wide.
I think his big presence known in this game, trying to get that screen in front for a deflection.
Nearly had another souvenir travel over the glass, but instead the Islanders take, or I should say the Rockets take possession in the neutral zone. Rockets moving forward. That puck is skated behind the Islanders' goal. Sent back down to the corner. Ochis ends up down on the ice. That puck sent just beneath us. The side boards. Clayton gets tangled up for a moment. Barbaro, and the Rockets take it across the blue line. That's backhanded down to the corner. Now behind the Islanders' net once again. Vecchia got rid of it. Sent it back his way. Was named number 19, who I don't believe is on our roster for the Junior Islanders. There was a name on the back of that jersey. That's Walsh, so that's what we know based on the name stitched to the back of that jersey. Rockets have it down in the corner. They were to send it into the neutral zone, and they do so successfully. Icing was waved off there as the Rockets did get to that puck first behind the Islanders' net.
For the Rockets, unfortunately, again, we don't have him on our sheets.
Lefkis took that puck across the blue line, but had it knocked away with the stick. A couple of Rockets who were involved there. As now the puck down in the corner. On has the point. He sends one toward goal. A couple of sticks tangled up in front of the Rockets' net. A lot of traffic. Taking out, chopping at it along the boards in the corner once again. Now they come away with it. Centering pass. It was poked away by a Rocket. was Jonas Dobnik, who was able to use the stick, knock that puck away, as that is sent rink wide to the near side, back down to the corner. The team is taking for it along the corner boards, and the Rockets who take possession as they move across the blue line into the neutral zone. And that one's dumped into the corner as the Rockets will make a change. Like this. Down towards the corner. It's chased down there by the Rockets. They once again move into the neutral zone. Move there with the puck as that shot is sent wide, but the Rockets got a lot further than I expected there.
Very nifty bits on that move there, Joe. Make sure that puck was on the string.
I was shocked it wasn't taken away. I was ready to play the head back in the other direction. Carry that into the zone by the Rockets as that is sent off the back of the frame. And once again, the Rockets take possession. As the player goes down. Play continues. So Guyzo gets back to his feet. Here come the Rockets. Hewitt. Check there. Attack player to the boards. Puck back at the point. That blast is blocked by the stick of Larkin.
What an absolute great defensive play there by Larkin to make sure that slapper was blocked, not on net.
Pace of play not quite as quick as the second period. The two teams came storming out of the first intermission as that pass is intercepted. Barbaro, the boards, it's taken away. He retreats back to the neutral zone. Hanrahan sends it to the far side. Hewitt lost it. Here come the Rockets. Odd man rush here, perhaps, as that's centered in front and sticked away. Rockets had a 2-on-1 with the defender closing quickly, but they worked quickly enough to take advantage of that 2-on-1 opportunity as that shot is gloved by Smith. Dave Baker made a bid for his second goal.
I think these teams right now, Joe, are really just trying to feel each other out. I know they've played over 45 minutes or so of hockey, more than 45 minutes, but I really think they're actually trying to feel each other out, see where they can find the holes in each other's defenses and making sure that they slip up just to get an opportunity for them to score a goal here and break this tie.
You spoke about it earlier, Lewis. The Rockets trying to take advantage of the glove side against Smith. You can see Baker was shooting in that direction once again. That one is sent into the neutral zone and retrieved by Carr. Sent toward front of goal, and here comes Zarcone. Another 2-on-1 developing. That is saved, and the rebound is whipped on by Donovan P.A.L. He had a lot of room. He handled it cleanly as that skips up into the chest of Ferris, and he covers.
You don't really see that much of P.A.L. whiffing on a shot this game so far, Joe, as you check it out on this replay here. Costly turnover by the Rockets thanks to this odd man rush with a 2-on-1. Really trying to go for that rebound shot for that goal, and he just missed it.
He did not miss it by much. P.A.L. has been everywhere tonight. It just seems that just about every time that the Junior Islanders have a scoring chance, P.A.L. is somehow involved. He does have one of the two Junior Islander goals in this game. As the faceoff win goes to the Islanders, and that is saved once again by Ferris.
Nice little design face-off play there to skate into the middle for the slot for that wide-open wrist shot. But an easy save there for Ferris.
Another offensive zone draw coming up for the Junior Islanders. They now have 35 shots on goal in this game. Looked like the Rockets won that faceoff, but the Islanders came away with the puck. And that was sent toward the point. A bit too much on that pass. Mineta will track it down behind his own goal. Nearly checked away with the stick. Penzavecchia got to it, and it is sent into the air and down toward the corner by the Junior Islanders. Camilla was the one who sent it down into the corner. And here come the Rockets back the other way. 3-on-2 developing here as Levkis trails that play from behind, and it's covered up by Cameron Smith.
The ref almost took out that Islander player. He was coming in flying.
He sure was. The referee was storming.
I think he thought there was going to be a scrum in front from the Rockets, stopping short right in front of Cam Smith. but he wanted no part of it.
The referee was storming down towards the Islanders' net. And you said it, Lewis. He nearly took Walsh out. On the draw, it will be Ty Broad going up against Nicholas Delgaizo. Puck in the slot with the Islanders, and Hewitt will look to send it up the boards. He can't. It's blocked. He now sweeps it across his own zone, and that is sent over the blue line by Hanrahan. Hit right in front of us is now Broad looking to close in on that puck. It's sent back behind goal by Ferris and up the boards. Had a man there. Carr moves forward. He drops it off. That puck sent toward the opposite side of the offensive zone. It winds up down in the corner. Player down on the ice for the Rockets. Behind goal, trying to send it in front was Delgaizo. And once again, the puck travels up the boards toward the Rockets' goal. It rolls slowly, and icing is called against the Junior Islanders. So they'll have to get, looks like 3 players back out onto the ice as they look to make a change.
It's a great hockey IQ play there by Ferris as well to send that puck around his net to make sure that no Islander player was around, just to make sure that his team got that puck up and out as fast as they could.
13:07 on the clock in this third period. Our score still knotted up at 2. On this draw, it will be Woodring against Broad, and face-off win goes to the Junior Islanders as they look to take it across the blue line, and chopping at that puck repeatedly was the player trying to take it across. We do not have a 14 on our roster, but that is Vilhauer wearing 14 tonight. He's on our roster as 0. Rockets now have it along the far side boards, and that just got over the blue line. Down goes a Junior Islander in the neutral zone, and we are going to have a tripping penalty against the Rockets. And you highlighted it, Lewis, before the start of this third period. You thought that perhaps the team that stays out of the box would be the team that gains the advantage here in period number 3. And the first penalty is a tripping call against the Rockets.
Yeah, Cam Bergman really taking that costly penalty here. And I agree, just like I said earlier, this could come down to a special teams type of goal to really seal this game. Let's see if the Islanders can capitalize on this chance.
Offensive zone draw for the Junior Islanders as that puck moved toward the corner. Islanders work it back up to the point as they look to get set here on this power play. Junior Islanders officially 1 for 3 on the power play as that's saved once again by Ferris.
They're really trying to get screens in front and obscure his view just to make sure that that puck goes right behind him into the net there, Joe. But Ferris standing tall.
Ferris has been put to the test all night, and he has passed with flying colors to this point. 35 saves for the Rockets goaltender. And we would presume many more to come as that is cleared all the way down the ice into the corner, back behind the Islanders' goal, and the Junior Islanders will get reset. 1:35 remaining on the power play. Good stick work there in the neutral zone by Martins. Here he comes as he chases this puck down into the corner. He's met by Layton, and I'm assuming Martins will look to try and bleed some time off this power play as he tried to pin it to the boards. No success as Powell gently passes, and that puck travels around the boards. That one got by as Kamiya couldn't get a stick on it, and once again that's sent up the boards and behind the Islanders' goal. 1 minute to go on the power play.
Trying to catch them on a late change here, Joe.
The Islanders haven't got much going yet on this power play as the puck ends up behind the net. Ralston, make that Vilhauer was looking to perhaps send it in front. He could not as Hanrahan will track it down in his own zone. Once again, this has not been a good power play for the Junior Islanders. On the other side of that coin, it's been a very effective penalty kill for the Rockets.
Yes, indeed it has, Joe. They're really shutting this power play down. Not as successful as the Islanders would hope to be, but they're really keeping this game close, tied at 2, and this Rockets defense is holding strong.
One clearance after another. It just seems that every 10 or 15 seconds, the Rockets send a successful clearance down the ice. One last chance here on this rush for the Islanders. 9 seconds remaining on the power play, and nothing will come of it. As that was about As poor of a power play as we've seen all night for either team. The Islanders with absolutely nothing. Great job by the Rockets. Penalty kill as Hewitt moves in, and he scores! That will officially go down as a goal with even strength. Great move by Hewitt. And for Jack Hewitt, that is his first goal of the season. And the Junior Islanders, after a very poor power play, have taken a 1-goal lead.
Yes, Joe, you said it just right. It'll count as a even strength goal, but it was just right after the special teams finish of their power play, which wasn't the greatest, but you know what? They ended up finding a way to come down, split the defense, and come in and score that nice goal.
How about that skating by Hewitt? He was moving up the ice with some speed, and he weaved his way straight through the Rockets' defense. Not sure anyone in the building saw that coming. How about that? For the Junior Islanders, after a poor power play, that has to re-energize the visiting bench. As now the Rockets trail by a goal on their home ice. That was disrupted in front. Good stick work there by Mineta. As that puck travels along the boards in front of us, up into the glass. And now we have fight forward along the near side, down around the corner. Puck still loose, and the Rockets track it down.
And I was about to say it was one of the biggest kills of the game so far for the Rockets, but then just right after it, they came down and ended up conceding the goal. Rockets really got to get a good jump out here now and answer back.
Blocker save by Smith, and we haven't seen the Rockets attack the blocker side that often. 2-on-2 here. Leighton sends it toward goal, and P.A.L goes soaring over Ferris and into the Rockets' net.
I think he was expecting the pass across, and it got deflected, or just not enough on that shot for a rebound. Ended up crashing right into Ferris. Hopefully he's okay after that.
You don't see skaters get away with that too often. We'll get another look on the replay. And lost in all that, Ferris did make a glove save on the shot. That will go down as another save for the Rockets goaltender. They'll give him some time to regather himself. And there you get an up-close look at Ferris.
I believe it was Leighton either trying to get a shot off or maybe saucer pass it to the flying in P.A.L. Just couldn't get enough of it, unfortunately. But it seems that Ferris is good to go, and we will resume play.
3 goals on 39 shots on goal for the Junior Islanders. 2 goals on 23 shots on goal for the Rockets. Once again, Zarcone will take this offensive zone draw for the Junior Islanders. He will go up against Isaac Martins once play resumes. 9:23 remaining in the third period, as right now the officials are conversing with the Rockets bench. That's the reason for the delay right now.
Maybe trying to get an explanation as to why that might have not been like a penalty of some sort, but play should resume now, Joe.
Rockets bench comprised of Jared Kersner and Rem Vanderbeek. Kersner, head coach, Vanderbeek, the assistant. As this puck is trapped along the boards in the corner, dislodged by the Junior Islanders. That shot sent on goal. It was saved by Ferris, still loose. And the Islanders think they have scored, but no goal is the signal from the official, as now we have a scrum behind the Rockets' goal. The net came off once again, and how many times have we seen that these last 2 days, Lewis?
Far too many, Joe. And Ferris was actually holding back P.A.L from trying to continue in that scrum behind his net.
We will get a look at what just transpired on that last shot, save, and then the scrum behind the Rockets' goal. Now, I'm not sure Ferris ever trapped it. He didn't. It got behind him. The initial shot was saved, and then once again, the Islanders continuing to bat at the loose puck. Put it past Ferris, but by that point, the net had already come off. So no goal. And it will be a neutral zone face-off with 9:10 remaining in this third period.
Just couldn't control that rebound enough, Joe. It ended up popping out. And like you said, they kept swatting at it, trying to poke it in. And it did go in, but unfortunately, that came dislodged before it was able to cross the red line.
Puck sent around the boards, tracked down by the Junior Islanders right in front of their own bench. And that is sent into the Rockets zone down in the corner. Rockets Trying to send it toward the blue line as once again Ferris is forced to make a pad save. Poor pass there.
Great kick out of that right leg there, Joe.
Goal officially announced here in the Bridgewater Sports Arena. Once again, Jack Hewitt with the go-ahead goal. Still plenty of time for the Rockets as they move into the offensive zone. And a stick disrupted the pass, but that was not enough. And the Rockets have evened up the score. Cam Bergerman goes top shelf as he beats Smith blocker side, and the Rockets have evened it up at 3.
It seems to me that Cam Smith's short side has been a little bit of a trouble for him this game, but you can't discredit that shot from Bergerman. What an absolute rocket of a wrister.
We have seen the Rockets with 3 incredible shots to score, as that one dislodges the bottle off the top of the net. That's how you know you placed the shot well, Lewis. And we saw that once again right there, as the Rockets have had some really impressive shots tonight. 3 of those have found the back of the net. You really can't blame Smith on any of them, and his defense did a good job there. The stick disrupted that pass in the slot. That was not enough as Smith covers up once again, but I thought the stick was going to be enough to prevent that shot. It was not, and what a shot it was.
Indeed, and what a shot it was, and this could be the momentum shift the Rockets need to really try to get their foot more on the gas pedal here. Maybe try to answer with one more and try to seal this victory for them, but right now we are still tied at 3.
8:06 on the clock in the 3rd period. This has been a tremendous game. What a season opener for those assembled here at the Bridgewater Sports Arena and those watching at home on Hockey TV. Once again, this is PDF Sports Network coverage of the U.S. Premier Hockey League. That one travels through the slot. Back up to the point. Puck sent in toward the corner. Volpe sends one toward goal. It winds up behind the net. Smith was down, but the Rockets could not get it back in front.
I think he got hit with an inadvertent stick there, Joe, but he was able to get back up quick.
One player has just lost the stick and able to retrieve his stick on the ice was the Rocket who lost it. That was Igornov who lost the stick. This puck now behind the Rockets' goal. Dislodged in the corner by the Rockets. They move into the neutral zone. That puck sent toward goal, and that will go down as a shot in all likelihood. That was on goal off the pads of Smith. Puck pinned along the boards in front of the Islanders' bench. Leighton now tracks it down in the offensive zone. He's moving in, and that is covered up by Ferris. The officials will once again swoop in and separate the players, as with 6:55 to go, it will be an offensive zone draw for the Islanders.
The Rockets here can't really let their foot off the pedal. They can't be letting chances like that get past them. Almost a breakaway behind the defense. But again, that one goal that they scored just recently, a few minutes ago, could be the momentum shift, or it could be the wake-up call for this Islander team to get one more on the board.
There you see Leighton getting tangled up at the end of that play. That does go down as shot on goal number 42 for the Junior Islanders. We have now seen 69 shots in this game. Still nearly 7 minutes to play as that one got behind Ferris. He dives on top of it. Immediately off the draw, another quality chance.
It's like I said earlier, they're really trying to incorporate some form of offensive zone face-off set play for this team to maybe try to get one quickly past him and not have him react fast enough. As you see P.A.L with that one-time option at the top of the circle here in this offensive zone draw.
Face-off results in a tie-up right over the dot. Puck ends up behind the Rockets' goal. P.A.L in pursuit. P.A.L still trying to chase down a Rocket from behind. As we have a hit along the boards in front of us. Continuing to skate forward was Woodring. Good pass there. Open attempt was partially blocked. I'm not sure that Barbaro got all of it.
I don't think so, Joe, and I agree. I think it was blocked partially by a number 22, Jack Hewitt, for this Islander defense. Coming up strong.
Puck now along the near side boards. Trickles into the corner, back up to the point. Hahn looks to shoot. There was a lot of traffic, but that shot was well wide. P.A.L goes down behind the Rockets' goal. Fight for the puck there. Both teams poking at it. P.A.L continues to fight for possession. He sends it toward the point, But that puck settles down around the corner, and here come the Rockets through the neutral zone. Carrying it in is Barbro, and that puck ends up in the far sideline corner as we have a good laugh with our engineering desk. We won't talk about what just happened. Play continues in the neutral zone. That puck sent around the boards by the Rockets. Up toward the point, it is cut off as that travels through the slot. Once again, puck back up at the point.
A little too crowded up top, Joe. They got to spread out on the ice a little bit better.
Rockets are taking their time. As that one got by, Volpe couldn't corral it, and the Rockets will have to get reset. We approach 5 minutes to go in this third period. Nice moves there to find some open ice by Kochish, but to no avail as an Island just went head first into the boards, and that shot is saved by Smith. As we had some late contact following that shot. Zach Hahn went head first into the boards. He lost his footing down in the corner, and that opened up the opportunity for a shot.
Penzavecchia actually blocked the shot earlier. You could tell he was a little injured on that one. He felt that one. I think it was just below the midsection. He was limping a little bit, but he just shook it off, and he's back on the bench.
Well, there you saw Hahn go down in the corner. That made it a 2-on-1 as the two teams battled for the puck along the boards. And with that 2-on-1, the Rockets took advantage. Face-off goes to the Junior Islanders, as right now it looks like Ty Broad may be a bit shaken up. He skates forward through the neutral zone as that is sent off the glass behind the Rockets' goal. Rockets make a quick change here as they look to carry it into the neutral zone. That puck sent toward goal and off the pad of Smith. And we have a broken stick on the ice, as I thought that had contacted the pad of Smith. I'm not sure it did. We may have had an icing.
That was a very big hit along the boards as well by Ty Broad. Really laid the boom towards in front of his bench.
That was after he was a bit shaken up on his way up the ice.
He's actually going in the box now, Joe.
I did not see the penalty call, so it wasn't an icing. I thought that hit the pads of Smith. It was a penalty. Here it is.
Looked like he got a little bit high there, maybe for an elbow.
That might have been elbowing. That's what it looked like on the replay, but we did not get an official call. As once again, they are going to tell the players surrounding this faceoff to back up. We've seen that more than once.
This may be the break that the Rockets need here, Joe.
That puck sent around the boards. And that one will travel all the way down toward the corner. It's rolling toward net. Zarcone looks to send it in front, and that's through the crease, but there were no other Islanders in the area. 1:40 remaining on this Rockets power play. They do have a power play goal in this game. Rockets take it behind the Islanders' net. Puck now up at the point. Baker, drop pass back to the point once again. Copre finds a man. That's deflected in traffic and cleared away by the Islanders.
If there's a time to show why you're the league-leading power play percentage from last season, Joe, this is the time for this Rockets team.
No doubt about that. A goal here could very well be the game winner. With 3.5 minutes on the clock, there is an even 1 minute to go on this Rockets power play. Baker maintains control of the puck with some stick checks, and that one gets by a stick of Barbro. Rockets will make a change here. 45 seconds to go on this power play. On the far side, that's Kochish. He sends it behind the Islanders' goal. Puck sent back in front and saved by Smith.
Huge save there by Smith to keep this game knotted at 3. And once again, like I said, this is the key power play. Just even though there's 36 seconds left for this Rockets team, they really have to get something going here. Maybe try to break this game a little bit more open. Get this tie of 3 off the board and get it in their favor. 3
minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the third period. The score even at 3. A lot of threes up on the scoreboard. 33 seconds to go on this power play as that shot is deflected up into the netting. Looked like it made contact with the glove of Cameron Smith.
Seems like you're emphatically saying 3 here, Joe.
A lot of threes up there right now. 33 shots on goal officially for the Rockets as well. 3 goals per side. We're now inside of 3 minutes to play. Face-off win goes to the Rockets. They have the puck along the far side boards. Fake slap shot there and nearly a giveaway, but the Rockets do keep it in the offensive zone. Fight for the puck continues as Dobnik had it in the corner.
That could have been a very dangerous chance if he didn't get that puck.
Slayton with a nice pass. He found Volpe. Volpe tried to backhand it in front, and now Hewitt is trapping it against the boards in the corner. Puck back up to the point. Barbaro was looking for Slayton. Hit in the corner. Cut off Dobnik, and now a Rocket goes down. That was Slayton down on the ice. Here comes Walsh. 3-on-2. Walsh sends it in front of goal. It's knocked down. Once again, the Islanders batting at it, and Ferris has trapped it.
What an absolute stellar save by Ferris as well. Sprawling around on the ice, making sure that he covers every part of the net that he can, and he ended up freezing that puck. What an absolute huge save for the Rockets.
Now the power play is over with 2:03 on the clock, Lewis. Did the junior Islanders have 5 skaters on the ice as that rush developed? I didn't see it, but perhaps they had a skater come out and join that rush at the end of the power play. I didn't catch if that was the case, but that 3-on-2 developed quickly. Nice job by Ferris once again to keep the puck out. Puck in the corner. Walsh trying to shuffle it in the other direction. Camilla now has it along the boards. He gets away, has some room to shoot, and that shot is blocked. Nicely done by Bergerman.
What an absolute beautiful move to get towards the middle of the ice there by Camilla.
Levkis pinned to the boards by a couple of Rockets. As the Rockets now track the puck down in the corner, it was Woodring. Here comes Baker, and now Woodring again. Woodring may look to shoot. I think he tried to play it down into the corner, but couldn't get it there. First to that loose puck is Bergerman. It was knocked away by Walsh using the stick. Levkis in the neutral zone. Sends the puck down toward the corner. Levkis continues to pursue as we approach 1 minute remaining in this third period. Cranston set up Baker. He did not get all of that shot. Another save and an easy one for Smith. Moving in and shooting is Volpe, once again saved by Smith. And with 52.5 on the clock in this third period, it will be an offensive zone face-off for the Rockets, who will take a timeout. And now, Lewis, what are you drawing up during this timeout? What should we be looking for on this offensive zone face-off out of a timeout?
Well, I think the first key point that they need to stress is trying to win that face-off. They've been doing decently well in the circle tonight, Joe. They need to get possession in the offensive zone. They need to set up. They need to make sure that they spread the ice. I've noticed that they've been a little bit too clunky up by the opposing blue line. Can't really get any pucks deep when there's nobody there to really pass it to. They got to spread the ice out. They got to spread them out as best as they can to find those open lanes for those scoring chances.
Now, defensively, if you are the Junior Islanders here, what is your priority off of this faceoff? Assuming you don't win the faceoff, where are you moving on the ice to try and prevent what could be a game-winning goal for the Rockets?
I'm trying to make sure for them that Cam sees all of the pucks that he can, make sure that he has a clear sight for them to make those key saves and to collapse on that crease the moment those pucks get in tight to make sure that no rebounds go to any of the Rocket players.
Rebound control will be key, especially if you're Ferris in goal, as the Junior Islanders have been relentless batting at that puck. They play until the whistle in front of the opposing net without exception, and it has paid off so far tonight.
It's been a great style of play for this Islander team so far as they've generated 43 shots, and they just keep whacking out of the way, just like in the first period when they ended up scoring that first goal for them. I think the key thing here is for this Rockets team, again, like I stressed before, maintain that pressure, win that face-off. Regardless if it's clean or not, you have to maintain that puck possession in the offensive zone to make sure that they can generate a chance and spread the ice.
big draw coming up here for the Rockets out of the timeout. Woodring had taken a position in the face-off circle. He will be opposed by Zarcone.
If he wins this clean draw, look for that one-time option above the circle.
Face-off goes to Zarcone and the Junior Islanders as that puck travels along the far side boards. Layton gets there. He is cut off, and that puck ends up in the corner. Bit of a precarious situation there for the Rockets, as that one is gloved by Ferris. He lets it fall to the ice for Copre, and with 30 seconds left, the Rockets will get set, try and generate one last rush. Baker, good pass, and an incredible save there with the pad by Smith.
What an absolute kick out of the right leg there, Joe. Fantastic save with seconds to go, keeping this game tied at 3. Huge save for the Islanders there.
Great setup by Baker for Kochish, and the Rockets nearly had a game-winning goal, but Cameron Smith keeps the game tied. And Lewis, we are headed to our first overtime of the season with the score even at 3 per side. Just under a minute and a half put up on the clock, so we will stay right here. As you see it on your screen, this is officially the end of regulation. And I know you and I have been looking forward to some overtime hockey. As soon as we found out that we would be working with the U.S. Premier Hockey League and the Rockets, what are you most looking forward to in this overtime?
I'm looking for some fast play on both ends of the ice. I expect both teams to make sure that these pucks come up and out of their zones. And for this 3-on-3 overtime, it is going to be just that. There's so much open ice for both teams. You're going to see a lot of play through both ends of the ice here, Joe.
So many threes, Lewis. End of the third period. 3 goals per side. 3-on-3 in overtime. The next goal would win it. It is a 5-minute overtime period followed by a shootout. And I have not had the opportunity to call a shootout yet. Can't say that I wouldn't like the opportunity to do so, but these two teams, of course, would like to pick up the win in overtime, would hate to see it go to a shootout. But if it does, it gives us one last chance to spotlight these two goaltenders. They've both played very well in this game. For Ferris in net, he has saved 40 shots of the 43 he has faced. And on the other side, Cameron Smith has saved 3 of the 35 shots he has faced. A lot of impressive saves along the way for both of them. Perhaps none more impressive than that last save by Smith to keep this game even at the end of regulation.
You can definitely not discredit both of these netminders here. Both have played absolutely stunning this entire game. I really do think this is going to be an intense battle between the two of them for these next 5 minutes, and we shall see who's going to prevail or who's going to stand on their head.
Here we go as we are set for puck drop in this overtime period. 5 minutes on the clock, and the overtime face-off goes to the Rockets. 3 skaters per side. So much open ice. This looks very unusual to me, as I have not called 3-on-3 hockey yet. Woodring will move in for the Rockets. He drops that pass off to Baker. Now Woodring skates toward the corner. Layton is there with him. And that puck is covered up by Smith, who dove on top of it.
Good cover by Smith there to settle that play down. Again, Joe, all this open ice, you're going to see a lot of fast-paced movement from player to player, and it's going to be huge of who this Rockets team sends out here for this offensive zone faceoff.
Line change for both sides. It will be Caden Cranston on the faceoff for the Rockets. He will go up against Shane Zarcone. That puck travels over the blue line back into the neutral zone as Copre will carry it in. He was looking for a pass, none to be found, as Camille will take it behind his own net. Still faces pressure from Copre, and he gets it over to Zarcone.
I have to say, a little bit of an odd face-off setup for that Rockets team to not have at least one person back there. Could have been easy for an offensive zone chance if they had somebody back there to keep the puck in.
Zarcone moving toward the center of the ice. Drops it off to Hahn. That is pad saved by Ferris. The rebound goes to the Islanders as they get reset up around the point. Hahn down in the corner. Fires one off the pads of Ferris once again. The net appears a bit loose. The official is working on it. And he gets that fixed into place. So That puck sent along the boards into the Islanders zone. That allows Kopre to get off the ice. Out comes Ricky Volpe to join this three-man Rockets unit. Contact along the boards. Volpe immediately getting in on the action. That puck was sent up ahead to Kochish. He spins along the boards and will take it across the center line into the Islanders zone. Kochish surveys. Has Volpe. Volpe skates to his left. He moves in. Stick disrupting things just a bit. The stick of Walsh getting in the way. Volpe still looking for a lane, as that shot may have been off the stick of a Rocket. And now here comes Ty Broad. He's moving in, and he cannot beat Ferris. Broad is down in the corner as he tried the backhand. Broad will get back defensively. 2-on-2 developing at the other end, and that is saved by Smith. The net comes off, but that was as a result of Walsh tumbling into the post.
What an absolute beautiful save by Ferris to keep this game knotted at 3 as well. And it seemed as if he really stretched that leg out as far as he could to keep that puck out of the net.
Here's a look at the action at both ends of the ice. Ty Broad had a chance one-on-one with Ferris. He makes the save. Perhaps no save more important than that one to this point, Lewis. But then at the other end, we had an opportunity to develop for the Islanders, or I should say for the Rockets.
Yeah.
Man, fast-paced play in overtime, 3-on-3, Lewis. Tough to keep up at times.
That on-man rush was only caused because Broad went into the boards hard on that last attempt breaking down in. He went into the boards hard, so he couldn't get back fast enough for that on-man rush for the Rockets. But unfortunately, nothing came from him.
Now, we had a timeout called, I would presume, by the Islanders, as they were looking to make a change, and I think the change may have been disallowed because they were the reason that the net was dislodged. So I think that change was disallowed, and in order to make that change, the Islanders bench called timeout.
Definitely need a good fresh set of legs out there for them. Even if they can't, they definitely needed to get that little bit of fresh air in their lungs to make sure that they could keep pace on this 3-on-3.
Every second is precious in this overtime period, as there are 2 minutes and 34 seconds remaining on the clock. It will be an offensive zone draw for the Rockets. Baron Woodring will take it. He is matched up against Luca Layton.
I think they listened to me, Joe, and having that one man back, make sure that puck stays in the offensive zone compared to their first offensive zone. They had 3 guys up front.
Puck found Barbaro at the point. He now takes it behind the Islanders' goal. Dropped it off onto the stick of Woodring. Travels around the boards. Back up to the point again, Barbaro. Nice job there by Baker. He may look to center it here. Instead, we'll try the backhand. It's wide. Recovered by Baker. Baker squaring up with the net. Does not elect to shoot. That's off the skate of P.A.L. That could have been dangerous.
Very dangerous indeed. A puck on Powell's stick could have definitely resulted in some very bad, unhappy Rocket players.
A breakaway would have been the likely outcome if P.A.L. had gotten that on his stick. Hewitt continues to pressure. He has Layton in the slot. Layton with the backhand save by Ferris. Huge save.
Absolute blocker save right there to keep this game knotted at 3 from Ferris.
Rockets may have a 2-on-1 developing as the stick of P.A.L. disrupted that. The stick got away. Backhander was saved by Smith. And now P.A.L. lost the stick. It wound up on the ice, and that was the reason the pass across the crease failed.
I think the Rockets bench were very upset because they thought he just threw his stick at the puck, and it wasn't going to be a good chance for them to make sure that that play could have resulted in a penalty, Joe.
It sure looked like he threw his stick at the puck, Lewis, but really tough to tell from this vantage point. I think they may have had a case, though. We're under a minute to play in overtime. Long pass. Kamiya had a breakaway, and we are certainly going to get another look at that one.
I think his skate, I think it was his right skate that just came over, and he couldn't stay onside. An unfortunate break there for the Islanders that could have honestly been a very dangerous defeat for this Rockets team on the breakaway chance.
We're going to slow this one down and get another look at it. This is half speed. We may have to cut away following this face-off, but we'll see if we can catch the offsides here. Yeah, we didn't have a view of it. But nonetheless, a critical call late in this overtime. Zarcone pinned against the boards. Kicks it with the skate back up toward the blue line. He receives it back on the pass from Mineta. That puck ended up in a dangerous position. 2-on-1 developing. Now a breakaway. Here come the Islanders, and that shot is wide. And that was Zarcone. As I had to look down at my roster once again. Down to the ice goes a rocket. That pass across the slot. And the one-time attempt comes up empty.
Joe, I think Zarcone actually didn't even get a shot off. He couldn't handle that puck cleanly.
It looked like he tried to backhand it and may have lost control. 5 seconds on the clock. Rockets looking for one last attempt on goal, and they will not get it. Was that blockered away as time expired, Lewis?
I believe it just hit the top of Smith's blocker. What an absolute beautiful save as time wound down for this overtime period.
Now, how interesting would that have been? If that shot doesn't contact the blocker, would it have found its way in time? It was so close.
You know, Joe, I think it may have actually squeezed in between that space of his blocker and the top of the post. It may actually almost, if you check it out on this replay, wow, what an absolute reaction save there by Smith.
That would have been as close as it gets. My inclination is that it would have counted. And that would have been another incredible shot added to the list for this Rockets team. They have scored on 3 beautiful-looking goals, and one of them was truly incredible. The scoring player falling down to the ice once again. Unfortunately, that player was not on our roster. But, Lewis, we get one final opportunity to highlight these 2 goaltenders. Ferris for the Rockets, Smith for the P.A.L. Junior Islanders. One of them will be a tough luck loser tonight.
Absolutely. It'll be a very heartbreaking loss for both of them, as they both played extremely well, both very poised, both very square to the puck, and both very good with their rebound controls and the vision that they've had to make sure that pucks haven't been obscured from their view. But the Islanders here are no, they are no strangers, thank you, Joe, to the shootout here, Joe, as they played in a shootout last night, unfortunately, with the loss.
Here we go. Jeffrey Lee up first for the Junior Islanders. He is skating to his left. Ferris backs up into the crease, and Lee beats him. Blocker side low inside of the post. Islanders on the board first in this shootout.
What an absolute good call there by the Islanders coaching staff to let Jeffrey Lee start it off. Last night, Zarcone did, and he scored. Jeffrey Lee eventually went, and he scored. So to get it rolling here for their team, they went with the guy that scored last night. Good idea.
Here comes Cade Baker. He's already found the back of the net once tonight. Skates to his left, now moves right, and he beats Smith low glove side.
What an answer back there by the Rockets from Cade Baker. Again, what a wicked wrister to beat him low glove.
2 nice-looking shots to open up this shootout. Jordan Camilla will be next for the Junior Islanders. Camilla moving in, now into the slot, and that is saved with the pads by Ferris. And now an opportunity for the Rockets to gain the advantage here in a 2-1 lead in this shootout.
Try to beat him low blocker there, Joe, but unfortunately couldn't elevate it enough, and it was a great pad save by Ferris.
I think he tried to replicate the first shot attempt that found its way in. Here comes Caden Cranston, and that is off the pad of Smith, as once again the Rockets tried to go low glove side.
What an absolute back and forth shootout this is for the first 2 rounds so far, Joe. Great saves initially on the second attempts for both teams.
All right, this is round 3 of this shootout, and it will be Luca Layton, the centerman for the Junior Islanders, moving in, looking to give his team the lead in this shootout. Layton beats Ferris, high blocker side just beneath the crossbar, and the pressure is now on for the Rockets.
You could tell he wanted revenge from last night when he went actually third in the shootout as well, but did not convert. This time around had to feel a lot much better scoring that goal for this Islander team to give them the lead in the shootout.
It will be left to Jack Slayton to keep the Rockets alive. He moves in trying to extend this shootout. Back and forth, he moves with the puck, but he cannot beat Smith. He is stonewalled with the pads, and the Junior Islanders win it in a shootout, 2-1. Our official final score will go down as 4-3, but it is a 2-1 advantage in the shootout for the Junior Islanders. They pick up their first victory of the season, and Lewis, this has to feel good for them after they dropped their first game of the season in a shootout just last night.
Absolutely, Joe. It would have been a devastating loss for this Islanders club to really go back and forth, go both days with shootouts, and to not win in both of them would have been very tough. But as you see, the Rockets consoling their goalie. He had a heck of a game. Ferris played very well. Smith played very well. Both team goaltenders, very well performances tonight. You can't go wrong with either of them, but unfortunately, like you said, one of them had to go home unhappy.
Unfortunately so, as you got one last look at what will go down as the game winner in a shootout. It is Luca Layton that scores the deciding goal in the shootout. Officially our final score, 4-3 in favor of the P.A.L. Junior Islanders. And Lewis, what a call this was here for the Rockets home opener in NCDC play. An incredible game between two teams that appeared very evenly matched all night long. A tremendous goaltending matchup. We saw some incredible goals scored as well. All the more reason to tune in each and every time this Rockets hockey club takes the ice. And here on the PDF Sports Network, we were proud to bring it to you exclusively on Hockey TV.
Absolute love between both these teams as they are all hugging it out. Both teams, great game, great opener for this Rockets NCDC matchup this season so far, and I cannot wait to cover more of these games and see how far this Rockets team goes.
And Lewis, you and I will be back here at the Bridgewater Sports Arena in October, but until then, we want to thank everyone who tuned in. Enjoy the rest of your night. Once again, our final score in a shootout. The P.A.L. Junior Islanders pick up their first win of the season over Rockets Hockey Club, 4-3. One final time, this has been Joe Foreman alongside Louis Matrone, PDF Sports Network coverage of the U.S. Premier Hockey League. Our camera operator tonight, Pat Gilorenzo. Our engineers, David Pizzuto and Andrew Rotundo. We will see you again here on Hockey TV in October. Until then, enjoy the rest of your month and have a good night.